Introduce some of our callers now.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Mitchell. I'm a freshman pre-C TIMS major, and I am currently in the call center, as you see with Miss Eileen Dodd. I'm going to be one of the people that are on the phone as well. So, look, if you hear my voice, don't hesitate to have a little conversation. Obviously, our goal is here to give, okay?
No gift is too small, and we hope that you dig deep and give to Morehouse and support the Morehouse mission. We have another student with us tonight, and you'll see his incredible journey to Morehouse College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anyaba Jean-Baptiste. I'm a junior mathematics, computer science, and economics triple major, Oprah Winfrey Scholar here at Morehouse College from the Ivory Coast, West Africa. I joined Morehouse because this institution is truly developing the next generation of transformative and global African-American leaders. I definitely look forward to hear from you guys soon. Thank you.
And now my colleague Rhonda Elmore will introduce some of our other scholars who will be on the phones.
Hi, good evening. My name is Rhonda Elmore. I'm Director of Donor Relations, Scholarships, and Endowment Administration here at Morehouse College. And today I'd like to introduce you to Xavier.
How y'all doing? My name is Xavier Woodhouse. I'm a freshman sociology major from Chicago, Illinois. I'm very excited to be here tonight, and I'm excited to hear what you all have to say on the phones, and we're really excited to get those donations tonight. So please pick up the phone if we call, talk to us, and if you can't give, just give in the future. Thank you.
Xavier, can you tell us how has your scholarship impacted you?
So I'm a Michael Lomax Student Success Scholar, and for me, it's been very impactful because I didn't really have a way to pay for Morehouse when I first decided to come here. And through this scholarship, I've been able to really fulfill my dreams, and I've been able to grow as not just a person, but as a student and as a black man in America.
Okay, and then tell us, what are your plans after Morehouse College?
So on top of being a sociology major, I'm an education studies minor. So after Morehouse, I want to become a teacher.
Thank you. So once again, please give. You can text Morehouse to 855-929-0389 or online at giving@morehouse.edu. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have some other special guests here tonight that are raising money for their causes. I'm going to introduce you to our film festival hosts, Kara and Jen. They'll tell you more about why it's important to give to the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival.
Hi, my name is Kara Walker, and I'm the Executive Director for the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival. I'm here with my colleague.
Hi, I'm Jen Sapp. I'm the Event and Content Manager. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, so we run the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival now in its 6th season. We're preparing for the 2024 season. We have programming all year round. We showcase films from filmmakers from all over the world who have projects about human rights and social justice.
One of the great things that we have is that we have programming throughout the entire year. Starting at the top of the year, we have programming that's in partnership with the King Collection. We do it during January. It's going to be a great event. We're going to host alumni Kareem Weaver to do an encore screening of The Right to Read. So that's just one of the small things that we do with our programming here at the Human Rights Film Festival. Thank you so much for following along with us. You can follow us on social, Morehouse Film Fest on most social, and then on Twitter, X, you can follow us at MCHR Film Fest.
Thank you, ladies. Remember, give. You can text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. John, what's coming up next?
So coming up next will be the drum section from the House of Funk Marching Band. Can't wait to hear them, and I know you're excited too.
Hello, my name is Calvin Bell, a senior political science and philosophy double major from Pennsauken, New Jersey. I chose Morehouse College not only because of the immense and powerful touchings of alums, as well as those who have mentored me from my family and friends, but also because Morehouse College has truly made a difference in the lives of many men throughout this country. Being here at Morehouse, I've had the pleasure to serve as the president of the Pre-Alumni Association, the president of Omicron Delta Leadership Honor Society, as well as a senator at large in the Student Government Association. At one point, I played rugby for the Morehouse College rugby team, as well as being a proud tenor one in the Morehouse College Glee Club, and many more. Also, I have had the pleasure of being an Oprah Winfrey Scholar, which has given me the opportunity to travel to South Africa this past year, traveling throughout the country, learning about leadership, becoming a White House HBCU Scholar, where I was able to communicate and contact those HBCU students around the country who are truly trying to make a difference on their campuses. I am also a Beinecke Scholar, which will afford me many opportunities as I matriculate throughout graduate school. And my most esteemed and most powerful accolade would be being a Rhodes Scholarship finalist here at Morehouse College this year. My future career goals is a twofold. For one, I would like to be a law professor as well as a public scholar in some sense, ensuring that I can reach the minds of all students through the law and finding equity through the law. But I would also like to work in the public sphere, whether that is at the Brookings Institute or to go into public policy in some sense and run for office, because I truly see the difference that we can make once we utilize our intellect as well as our leadership and have those two things come together. My Morehouse brothers need your support to achieve their college and career dreams. Give to Morehouse today because it is vital and important during this time of history.
College, why don't you?
Wow, thank you for bringing the heat. That was the percussion section from the Morehouse College House of Funk Marching Band. Welcome back. We are here with two special guests, the 12th president of Morehouse College, Dr. David A. Thomas, and Holden Hassan, the vice president of the Office of Institutional Advancement. These leaders are working together as a team to build a better Morehouse College. Morehouse is in the middle of a $500 million campaign to expand scholarships, faculty research, campus improvements, and more. Thank you for joining the Giving Tuesday House Party and sitting down with us for our Q&A.
Welcome to the both of you. So, Dr. Thomas, what are some of the biggest challenges facing Morehouse College as it strives to attract top students and provide that 21st century learning community for our scholars?
I think it starts with affordability. And the largest pillar in our capital campaign is the $200 million that we targeted to raise for affordability, for scholarships, with the ambition that if we can complete our capital campaign in the course of the next 3 years, which would be ahead of schedule, we will extend the campaign to the end of the decade to make it $1 billion campaign to raise $500 million more, all focused on scholarships, with the long-term aim to make Morehouse a college where students with significant need can come and leave debt-free. So affordability is number one. Number two, we're looking at many of our faculty retiring over the course of the next decade, and we have to replace them with faculty who are as good, as dedicated, as committed to both teaching and research as the faculty that Morehouse has experienced these last 156 years. And it's a competitive market for the kind of talent that Morehouse needs. And finally, we have to invest in our facilities. And we're already planning to add additional residence space, as well as a new campus center and a redesign of what some of us call Central Campus, others of us call the main campus, that will be transformative and create a new face, a 21st century face for Morehouse College.
Now, that's exciting and perfect and highly aspirational. This is a subject that we talk about a lot, especially with my position. But why should alumni participate in Giving Tuesday, especially if they've already given this year?
First of all, it starts with, it sends a powerful signal to others who are not Morehouse alums when we go to ask them to give money to Morehouse. And I frequently am asked the question, what are Morehouse men doing for Morehouse? Another way to think about it as a business professor is, you know, are the people who own the equity investing in the equity, right? And I think it also sends a powerful signal when alumni give to our students that that's expected of you, that you came to Morehouse, we taught you obligation to go out and make a difference in the world, but we also want you to leave understanding gratitude, that without Morehouse, you probably won't be able to do the amazing things that you will be able to do. I think many of our, if not most of our alum would say that, you know, the core of their success is in some way attributed to Morehouse. And finally, we're moving into a period when sustaining Morehouse will depend 80 to 90% on our alumni giving by the time we get to the middle of this century. And so we've got to develop that muscle to give. And what I say to those who've already given is, have you already given to the point that you can feel your palms sweat? If you haven't, then you haven't given enough.
That's very powerful, and Dr. Thomas, I couldn't agree with you more. It is up to us as alums to make sure that the sustainability of our Morehouse can be handed down to the next young man to make it his Morehouse. So I appreciate your time and appreciate those answers because we have to be highly aspirational. John?
Yes, so the next question will be to Vice President Holden. So what is the status of the campaign for Morehouse College?
Thank you, John. So Morehouse College is in the middle of $500 million fundraising campaign to drive investment in student scholarships, campus improvements, innovative academic programs, and faculty recruitment. Also research and retention for our faculty and students as well. The Making Men of Consequence, which is the name of our campaign, has raised $240 million to date. And we are very confident that we are going to reach and surpass the campaign goal, as the president stated, because simply we have a wonderful, engaged alumni who love their college and very loyal friends and parents and partners who will help us reach the goal. The college has challenged philanthropists and foundations and corporations, particularly those who declare a commitment to address racial equity and to become Morehouse a college partners to consider to invest in. The president has been a strong voice to outreach them and challenging them to join us in this campaign.
Awesome, beautiful answer. So it seems 240 is a lot of money raised. So it seems that OIA, Alumni Affairs, and the President's Office has been working really, really hard to achieve this goal. So is the campaign raising money to provide more housing for students? You know, that's a big concern when we focus in on the housing issues here on campus.
Yes, that's a very good question, John, and one we're asked a lot. Yes, the campaign is raising new building for money. This will be 5 floors, and it will house at least 340 beds, and we are in the plan of doing the initial construction details. But that will be a big part of our campaign. The construction will give the college a new focal point and state-of-the-art classrooms and residential spaces that will make the Morehouse campus more attractive for students. Building more residence halls is a really important goal because our facilities are aging, and we're expecting also our enrollment to grow significantly, especially the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that ended the race-based admissions, we think will trigger a doubling of applicants to Morehouse over the next 3 years. So in preparation of that, we need to build the housing. We also think that will increase more faculty needs, and we have to anticipate that growth.
Thank you so much for that answer. So in the next coming years, what will Morehouse College look like in 10 years? You know, I'm a little jealous. The new campus center wasn't here. I'm a graduate of 2017, so I want to get the beautiful new center and all that good stuff. But I can't wait to see it when it finally completes. So what will Morehouse College look like in the next 10 years to the world?
That's a very good question.
I think you both can tag team that question.
I'll share my view and then pass to the president, because I think this is something he's very passionate about. I have seen the renderings of these buildings, both the new students building and also the residential. It will be beautiful. It will address the 21st century needs of classroom learnings and also the quality of life we want to bring to our students. So with that, I'm going to pass it to the president.
Okay. What's it going to look like? So let me ask you a question. Anytime you see a physical image of Morehouse on a document, what is it of?
Graves Hall. And King Chapel. Oh, I'm off.
But you might see one of those, King Chapel. It's usually Graves Hall or buildings on what we call the Century Campus. Yes. What part of the campus do you never see?
The dorms and where Douglas is, and the tennis courts and Wheeler Hall and main campus.
Not one picture.
Not one picture.
Not one.
Not one picture. So vision. We're going to transform that part of our campus such that in addition to it being state-of-the-art out on the inside, it will also have an attraction to it that draws our young men together to engage in that old Morehouse ritual called iron sharpens iron.
Yes, sir.
Think about it. Today, we have 2,400 plus young men on this campus studying, and they have no large green space.
Wow.
2,400 young men, no large green space. Mm-hmm. So now imagine there's a campus center that when you walk down Brown Street, it's right across from where Chivers is now. It will look across toward the tennis courts. There will be new dorms there. And in between, there will be a huge green space that they will be able to walk on. What do we know, the vision of Morehouse, what do we know about today's young people? They can literally go to their class, stop at the dining hall, get a takeout meal, go back to their rooms, and plug in and create their own reality and never have to come out of their room.
Yeah.
we now will have the kind of spaces that draw people to them. You want to be out of your room because you now have places where you can engage. We will have places where we can display the work of our students, an art gallery, the work of some of our artists. In fact, Stanford Biggers, famous artist who we recognized with the Benny Award last year, has already said that he will do an installation, and he's one of the biggest visual artists in the country right now, right? And there's lots more talent like that connected to Morehouse who would love to have a place where they could display their work, including our students who are here. I think that will be transformative, both in terms of touch, right, and the emotion that will get conjured up about our campus and what it means to be at Morehouse.
Gotcha. So we talked about the capital campaign. We talked about what Morehouse will look like in 10 years. And so to go back to the Supreme Court's decision, what other growing pains will Morehouse face? What will they address because of this enrollment increase?
Well, if we can garner the funds to support it, both in terms of faculty, facilities, and aid, we will be able to do more for the world here at Morehouse. I think it's not out of the question that we could increase our enrollment because of this decision by at least 500 young men and actually increase the quality of our applicant pool. So we wouldn't be sacrificing quality. Today, we don't have the room to take in 500 more, but I believe that over the course of the next 3 years, we will have the applicant pool that would allow us to do that without compromising the quality of the education that we want to provide here. I also think that our online capabilities that we now have will become more attractive to students and will be there for us to leverage, not just for online students, but also for how we deliver educational experience to our on-campus students.
Awesome.
So John, visually imagine you're walking out of Kilgore, you're standing on the rail above that beautiful mural, right?
Yes, sir.
And instead of looking at dorms from 1969 and 1984, you're looking at a beautiful green space and our brothers not just walking up Brown Street, but migrating from Brown Street onto this beautiful grass green space and doing what we do best, which is bantering back and forth.
Yes, sir.
Arguing about a little of nothing, but accomplishing as much as possible because we're learning more about one another.
You know, I call it a good time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, the vision is there. The execution is coming. I guess one of the things, Doc, and for you too, Hodan, because you're newly minted and you're getting acclimated to our culture, but since you've been here, Dr. Thomas, in the evolution of the Giving Tuesday since you first arrived and the state we were in then, and we don't have to rehash that because I still have a few scabs on that from then. But talk about the evolution of from when you first started as the president here to where we are now from a Giving Tuesday standpoint.
Okay. When I first started, we raised less than $200,000 on Giving Tuesday, and we had some years where it was as low as I looked back on the record of giving, it was as low as $50,000 or $60,000. In the past several years, we've moved our Giving Tuesday numbers to be at about $1 million. And the beautiful thing about it is most of that is due to alumni.
Yep.
Alumni giving, alumni matches. So I'll just put a plug in. You know, many of you work in corporations that will match your donation to any nonprofit that you want to give to, and in particular, educational institutions. So if you give tonight, don't forget to check to see if there's a matching gift that your organization provides. And the other thing that I think has happened with Giving Tuesday, and tonight is a great example, where we're also using it to put Morehouse on display. You know, we've got members of our band in there playing.
Yes.
We've got students, you know, helping to answer calls and work with folks who are coming in on the internet. You know, the role that alumni play has evolved. Right? So in so many ways, we've really taken advantage of Giving Tuesday, if you will, to share Morehouse with the world, and in particular, with our community of alumni.
That's super. So with that, we'll take that advantage, and we will take advantage of that and toss it to our next video.
Yep. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is O'Dane Creeby White. I'm a senior psychology major minoring in entrepreneurship from Teaneck, New Jersey. The reason why I chose Morehouse College was all centered around one question. What type of man do I want to become? What type of environment do I want to grow up in? What character traits do I want to have? And ultimately, what do I want to do with my time on this earth? When I thought about all those questions, Morehouse was the perfect place. I'm a recipient of the Morehouse Academic Scholarship, which covers my full tuition for all 4 of my years, and I'm also a member of the Howard Thurman Honors Program. So when I graduate, I plan on working in the nonprofit space, specifically in community engagement, to connect more students to opportunities like this to go to Morehouse. My Morehouse brothers need your support to achieve their college and career dreams. Give to Morehouse today, because there is at least one young black boy right now who with your donation will be able to achieve beyond his wildest dreams.
My name is David Morrow, and I am the director of the Morehouse College Glee Club and chair of the Department of Music at Morehouse College. The Morehouse College Glee Club has been in existence since 1911, as it was established by Kemper Harold here at Morehouse College. And in the 113 years that we have been in existence, we've had 3 permanent directors. The second, Wendell Whalum, was a student of the first, Kemper Harold, and I'm a student of Wendell Whalum. So we've had a long legacy of productive musical activities with the Glee Club and with the Department of Music. Mr. Harold came in 1911 to firm up the music department as a violinist and established the orchestra and Glee Club. Planned to stay a few years, stayed from 1911 until 1953 when Dr. Wendell Whalum, his student, took over, and I took over in 1987 after Dr. Whalum passed away. And we've had a long legacy of musical excellence at Morehouse College through the Glee Club, through the bands program, through all of our musical offerings. And so it's been quite a wonderful legacy to continue. Many of the students in the Glee Club who were music majors have gone on to do many different things. We've had guys from the music department who have gone on to be performers, operatic performers. They've gone on into popular music. They've gone into music education. We've had some that have also gone into other fields. For example, we have one graduate who has gone on to be an attorney and now a judge. We have another graduate who is a radio host in New York City. And so we've had this wonderful, diverse way of using music to capture many different ways that Morehouse men show themselves up in the society. Many of the Glee Club members have to, they pay some dues for some small things that they do. But we have been very fortunate that many people have been able to donate to the Glee Club. We also would need scores for music. We have to be able to pay these composers who write this music, and they need to get paid for what they do. We have this wonderful facility, the Ray Charles Performing Arts Center. We want to create a concert series. We want to create a series where we'll get producers to come and take care of the production needs of this facility. And so all of those things are things that become very important in terms of giving and in terms of being able to make the Morehouse College Glee Club, the Morehouse College Bands, and the Morehouse College Music Department a vibrant and competitive department worldwide. So as times change, we've had to deal with many different topics of the kinds of music that the Glee Club would perform, and one of those things has been the area of social justice. We have been performing recently some pieces that talk about things that are going on, including the iconic piece, What's Going On, that was arranged by Rollo Dilworth for chorus, but it's amazing that that piece now resonates 50 years since its actual recording. That Marvin Gaye did. And so we're beginning to do various kinds of music that talk about things that are happening in society, as well as talking about things for the future, things that will go well, how things can improve. So we always try to have the music that we sing not only entertain, but educate and inform our audiences in a way that is palatable, that is enjoyable, but also has the members of the Glee Club thinking about what they're doing, as well as the audience receiving the wonderful messages that they portray. There are many ways to support the Morehouse College Glee Club. We have a restricted fund that you can donate to. There is also the Randall Taylor Fund, which helps with our wardrobe. To help the music department, we can contribute to the UZ Brown Endowed Fund for programming and other kinds of areas that will help the music department. Those are ways that we hope everybody will embrace and help us continue the legacy of these wonderful people who have come before us in the department.
Coming up next, you will hear the wonderful melodies of the ensemble of the world-famous Morehouse College Glee Club. Our Glee Club has an international fan base, has performed multiple times in the presence of U.S. presidents, including Barack Obama, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the inauguration of Jimmy Carter. The Glee Club also sang at the funeral of the college's illustrious Nobel Prize-winning alumnus, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and continues to tour the world, performing before packed audiences. You can join the Glee Club this weekend for the start of its Christmas Carol concert, Friday, December 1st at 7:30 p.m. at the Martin Luther King Jr. International Chapel. At 7:30 p.m. Saturday at Sisters Chapel at Spelman College, and at 6 p.m. on Sunday at Morehouse's King Chapel.
Let the church roll on, my Lord. Let the church roll on, my Lord. Let the church roll on, my Lord. And let the church roll on, my Lord. 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 And let the church roll on, my Lord. There's a sister in the church, my Lord, and a skirt too short, my Lord. Tell me what you're gonna do.
Take the scissors, clip that hem,
and let the church roll on, my Lord. 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 And let the church roll on, my Lord. There's a deacon in the church, my Lord, and he drinks too much, my Lord. Tell me what you're gonna do.
Take the bottle, drink it up,
and let the church roll on, my Lord. 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 And let the church roll on, my Lord. There's a preacher in the church, my Lord. And he cussed too much, my Lord. Lord. Tell me what you're gonna do.
Take the Bible, kick them out,
and let the church roll on, my Lord. 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 And let the church roll on, my Lord. 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 And let the church roll on, my Lord.
Thank you, Morehouse College Glee Club Quartet, for that wonderful selection. Alumni consistently emphasize the invaluable sense of camaraderie and companionship fostered within the house, forming enduring friendships that span a lifetime. At Morehouse, we charge our alumni to use their intellect and influence to lead, serve, and make a difference in their professions and communities. We also ask our alumni to remember the foundation they received back at Morehouse College. Here we have alumnus Sean Hudson, class of 1990, and he is doing just that. He will be joining us live for a special announcement. Brother Hudson, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. First, we'd like to thank you for jumping on live for this Giving Tuesday house party.
All right, that's the beauty of live television and how we strive here. Sean Hudson, what's up, man? It's your man, Jay Edwards. How you doing, brother?
Hey, sir. How are you?
Hey, man. It's always good to see a familiar face, man. You keeping it in the road up there in the Northeast?
We're doing just fine up here.
Okay, brother. What you got for us?
Say that again?
I said, what do you have for us? You have an announcement for us.
I do have an announcement. And so Morehouse has been my foundation. It's been a compass. It's helped me to sort of figure out how I see the world and how I see myself in the world. And because Morehouse has been so essential to me, I feel like it's my obligation to give back to the college. In fact, not so long ago, I honored family members with an endowed scholarship because it didn't dawn on me until I was well beyond my time at Morehouse that at that time I was one of 7 in my family to go to Morehouse. But since that time, we added 2 to that legacy as my 2 sons are currently enrolled. And so, but above and beyond the endowed scholarship that already exists to honor my family, today I want to create a new gift and a new commitment to the college to support the producer in residency program. And I want to do that in honor of my wife. And so my wife, Karen, is the muse that has provided, not only the parental guidance, but also the creative guidance to our 2 sons who are, like I said, currently enrolled. It's her sacrifice, it's her time, and it's actually her creativity that has been the thing that has really helped our boys grow and to find their voice creatively. And so today, I want to make a commitment of at least $75,000 to support the producer in residence program under the stewardship of Justin Henderson and Kennard Garrett, so that we can make sure that the college continues to create a center of excellence and a place where the arts that Black people create can not only be owned, but expanded and then shared with the world.
That is outstanding, Sean. You never cease to amaze me, man. Our paths crossed early, in our Morehouse careers. You're a couple of years ahead of me, but, you know, we walked step in step, man, and we are still friends some 35 plus years later, man. And, you know, you set the tone, and, you know, hopefully more of us will do just what you're doing. This legacy you have here with these two boys, and, you know, we got them covered down here at all times. But this is what this is all about, everyone. Our alums stepping up, making the commitment, and really being the driving example of what we should be doing.
Yep. And I would also like to recognize, you know, Sean's two sons right here who are current students at Morehouse College, and they are continuing the legacy of greatness. And they are bestowing this scholarship along with the Director of Development, Ms. Nicole Askew-Gully, who works tirelessly to support our beloved institution. These good folks have came together to give this gift to the college, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts for this investment in the lives of men of Morehouse just like you. So, Brother Hudson, we appreciate that. And at this time, we'll like to go back to some more testimonials from faculty and students on the importance of giving here at Morehouse College. We'll be right back.
Leaving Abidjan to take a straight flight from Ivory Coast to Paris and from Paris to Atlanta. When you leave your city to go to a different city within the country, it's a different feeling, right? When you leave your country to go to a different country within the same continent, it's a different feeling. But when you leave your continent to go to a different continent, it's a different feeling. When I graduated from Ivory Coast, I moved to South Africa. And I went to a school called the African Leadership Academy. I left the African Leadership Academy to attend the African American Leadership Academy, which is Morehouse. I can't even describe or explain how I was feeling, because I was on a mission. I really felt like I had a commitment to everyone I left back home. I had a commitment to my community, to my parents, and I had a responsibility to do something where I was going. My success is the success of my community. My failure is the failure of the community. I just can't believe that it's happening now, and this is the first step, and the journey is just starting now.
My name is Daxton Pettis.
My name is Reginald Timothy Pettis.
My name is Terrence Miles.
My name is Paul Fuller.
I graduated from Morehouse in 1992.
I'm a graduate of the class of 1992.
I graduated from Morehouse in 1991.
I came into Morehouse fall of 2021. Personally, I felt like I was already a part of the Morehouse family. I am blessed to not only have one Morehouse man to look up to, but three. My uncle Terry, my uncle Paul, and my dad. Being a part of that Morehouse family, I felt already indoctrinated into the school. I've talked about leadership and had conversations about development far before I came into high school.
Morehouse is important because there's no place on earth where you can group black men together, get educated, and then send leaders out into the world.
All of my best friends are Morehouse brothers. So we all stayed very close. Some of my business associates are Morehouse brothers. And then I give back to Morehouse financially. I support Morehouse every year.
I really believe we can elevate the goals really high and help this school achieve those goals, if not exceed those goals.
I have recognized that the people around me aspire to be great, and have the potential to be great. And Morehouse is the school that's refining them to do what they want to do. People should invest in Morehouse because there's no other place that you can receive this type of education. I am the son of Tim Pettis. I am the nephew of Paul Fuller. I am the godson of Terry Miles. Morehouse is the only place in the world that you can get this experience of black men coming together to be educated and to go on and become leaders.
The name of our capital campaign is Making Men of Consequence. We translated that into 4 pillars. First, rising men of Morehouse. Bringing Morehouse to the point that we can be a need-blind institution. That we can make Morehouse a place where no young man decides not to attend Morehouse, who we admit and who believes that this is the perfect place for them to be at this point in their development.
Welcome to the house.
So Morehouse College has this tremendous reputation that we all know, and I knew that reputation growing up. I have the opportunity, by being here, of watching a student develop over 4 years, coming in unsure of themselves or maybe underprepared, maybe totally prepared, but still transformed by an experience that opens the world to them.
The reason that I decided to come back to Morehouse College was really the result of me being in a postdoctoral experience. It really looked like it was going to be a choice between going to Yale to teach and to be a professor, to Columbia University, or to UCLA. Those were the 3 tracks that this experience would have led me in.
There aren't very many places you can go where people look at you and they see the best you can be, and they know you have the potential to get there. You just need the door opened a little bit so that you can step through.
I decided to really go out the box in terms of how it is that a lot of other people anticipated that my career would go. And I appreciated the opportunity to be able to pour into this institution a modicum of what was poured into me as a student at the time that I was here.
One of the reasons that I've stayed at Morehouse for so long is because I believe that the institution is truly transformative in its impact.
As I think about Morehouse's longstanding commitments to service and also to leadership, I think about the efforts that our faculty make and our staff make. The work that our folks are doing in the sciences, they're bringing in a number of federal grants to provide opportunities for our students to be able to learn and to be able to experience the equipment necessary to learn basic science that then set the groundwork for innovations and for discoveries that come later. I honestly believe with the appropriate support, we can do even more.
The second pillar is inquiry with distinction. We need to be able to support the best faculty that we can find who are committed to the dual missions of Morehouse College, to educate men with disciplined minds who will lead lives of leadership and service, and to produce knowledge that advances social justice and inquiry into those matters that influence communities of color and the Black community in particular.
One of the first monuments that I see is the MLK statue. Before coming to Morehouse, before applying, I read a lot about MLK, his journey and his impact. And not only was I in love with what he's achieved as a leader, but coming to a school where he's been to and being on the same ground and seeing his statue, sharing the same birthday, really made me feel special. Special because I was given a chance to dream differently, to dream bigger. Looking at that statue and looking at the space around me, I just feel blessed and ready to start to embark on this new journey.
We are focused on renewing the campus infrastructure and the physical embodiment of our campus. We need a campus that has all of the components that a 21st century campus needs.
Getting to what I call the campus of the future. If you close your eyes, I do this thing about closing my eyes and imagine a world where we have a 24-hour student center, where we have a campus that can do remarkable thing around tutoring for our students and having facilities for our students can study at a very high level and do scientific study at a high level. Incubators so our business students can learn from business leaders from Google and Facebook, et cetera, throughout the country.
We have state-of-the-art buildings. We take care of the buildings we got and renovate them, upgrade them. We have state-of-the-art sports facilities for not just our athletic teams, but just for kids to stay physically fit. The other thing I really see in the future is that we have a very strong mental health support system for our students with counseling.
We need to have different spaces, learning spaces on campus that don't necessarily match what we've had in the past and provide opportunities for learning in new ways that leverage where we are now, where we are meant to go in the future.
In particular, we're focused on increasing our technology infrastructure, creating a new student center, and a Center for Black Entrepreneurship and Innovation here on our campus. And at the heart of Morehouse in our residential program is our living and learning community. And so we need the campus of the future.
That campus of the future that we need to provide for our students is well needed today, more so than any time in our history. Now, you stop to think about that. Think about what we've been able to produce over the last 154 years. If we're able to solve that, can you imagine a world of what we can produce when we're able to provide a campus of the future?
My name is Randall Woodfin. I am a proud Morehouse College graduate, class of 2003. I serve as mayor of the city of Birmingham, Alabama.
I'm Dr. Louis W. Sullivan, MD, class of 54.
Of all the influences I've had in life, from family to friends to my community to church, Morehouse has had an outsized influence on me on understanding what servant leadership really is.
First of all, Morehouse College was a tremendous learning environment and a great culture to be immersed in at that time.
Everything about decisions I made was all geared towards giving back to my community, but giving back from a leadership standpoint.
Morehouse College enriches the academic life of the country, the business environment that our businesses operate in. By having a more educated population, we have a more productive population.
Morehouse College is a training ground for Black men to be leaders, to serve their community, to be risk takers and become entrepreneurs.
Our fourth pillar is supporting centers of excellence. Morehouse is looking into the future. We're asking the question, where do we think that we have unique talents, assets, insights, and what are the important questions that need to be asked in order to create a world that exemplifies the values that we've been promoting for the last 154 years.
We don't take, we give. That's what Morehouse teaches us.
Dr. Mays would have an expression that went something like this: whatever you choose to do in your life, you should do it so well that no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be could do it better. If you commit yourself to that level of excellence, when they're looking for someone in your field, they will have to consider you. Now, you may not get the job, but it should not be because you're not prepared.
Commencement is really the start of the next step. The next step after Morehouse. It's the beginning of a new journey. It gives me hope about the future, building a legacy of leadership, of impact. What can a Morehouse man do outside of Morehouse after 4 years of being in a community of young black men and thought leaders. It's not about me, it's about the whole class, it's about everybody else who is committed to the mission. It really gives me hope for change. It really gives me hope for a better tomorrow.
Welcome back. Joining myself and Calvin here on this 6 o'clock hour, we have two very special guests, one of which is a classmate of mine, and another one is a young man who truly inspires me to be better every time I'm around him. We first have Harold Ellis, class of 92, and now our newly minted athletic director. To my left, I have Elijah Pickney, class of 26, and our starting shortstop, who holds a 3.94 GPA. So they're going to join us today to talk about the importance of athletics and the role that it plays here in the development of Morehouse men and how it coincides with the mission of Morehouse College. So, A.D. Ellis, first of all, welcome. It's good to see my man here. My man played basketball here, and I played football. So he did some wonderful things athletically, and now he's taking that type of drive and dedication and putting it into the work of being an athletic director. So, Harold, as you've taken over and seen kind of where we are, give me your vision for where we want to go.
First of all, I'm glad to be here. Coming back to my alma mater is unbelievable opportunity to work with these young men. We have 2,300 young men on campus that are incredible. They're all going to aspire to be great, and I love to be a part of that. The vision I have for athletics, I want to take us to another level. I want our brand to grow. I want the M brand to grow. We've been in a stagnant place a long time. It's time for us to rise up. And I think we got the resources now, we got the students now, we got the athletes now to become great. I have a quick philosophy, 4 years. If I mentor them, teach them, pray with them, feed them for 4 years, we'll get 40 years back. And I think that's what's important about being in Morehouse now. That's the vision. 4 good years to get 40 years back from these young men.
I think that is a wonderful investment, and I think it's kind of straight and to the point, because that's what's important, understanding that where we are and where we want to be. Elijah, so I've had the opportunity to really get to know you from day one, and it has truly been a pleasure getting to know you. So as you are matriculating now through Morehouse, give us a little insight on how your walk has been and your path so far with Morehouse College.
I believe, well, first off, I would like to say I am grateful to be here. Being able to represent the college is something not to be taken for granted. So I am extremely grateful to be in this position. It certainly is not an easy task. With being a collegiate athlete, you always have to put school and your academic priorities first. I have been able to do that up to this point, which is why I believe I've accumulated a 3.94 GPA. But besides that, my passion and drive for baseball has always come behind academics, which is why I've been able to prosper on the field the way I have, and I just hope to keep on doing that.
So just to give a few accolades, because he's a very humble young man, I think he won 3 awards as a freshman last year from our baseball program, one of them being, the freshman of the year. What was it? Our most
valuable player, best fielder, and I forget the last.
Yeah. So, here you have excellence, black excellence, sitting right here on a part of our program in athletics that I must say, Harold, you inherited a baseball team that has a 100% graduation rate. So if there is a model to follow, I think Coach Antonio Grissom has kind of, set the precedence for us. And
he's done an outstanding job. I'm one of the few ADs, I guess, in America that I check grades. And I call our guys, I call all our team, our coaches in. I said, hey, you're not going to be at Morehouse College if our grades are not good. In the baseball team, I have zero issues. I brag about you guys. You guys graduate 100%. Nobody in this conference does that. And that's the kind of student athletes we're working with at Morehouse. I inherited not only a good athlete, but a great man. And that's what you guys are doing. You guys are developing, I can't say anything better. You guys are one of the only teams in the country that graduate 100% of their students. And Coach Grissom is doing an outstanding job.
That's wonderful. So, Calvin, I do want to throw it to you because you brought up something in your video that you were part of one of our club sports, and that was rugby. I had an affection for rugby because when rugby first started, maybe about 10 years ago, I was able to help garner some alumni to help buy uniforms and kind of get those guys started. So kind of talk to us about what it means to truly be in a sport or a club where you're doing it for the love of it.
Yeah, I think it's so important for students, even if they're outside of athletics, to be invited into that space. Many of us have played in high school. I played basketball and baseball varsity in high school. And when I got to Morehouse, I was looking for something to stay active, and rugby was one of those ways. But when I was in SGA, I also saw the kind of excitement that students had for soccer, for lacrosse. These are other sports that students have invested their time in. And also alums have come back and coached these teams. And I think that's important. I think it's vital to show that we're a community that's so multifaceted. We're a school that has a polo team. I think that's so cool. I've never been in a space specifically seeing black men playing rugby, playing polo, being a part of the lacrosse team. These are sports that are predominantly dominated by white spaces. And so for us to be breaking those kinds of barriers and to show that you don't necessarily have to be a collegiate athlete like you are to be a part of the community and give back in some way and also be active in collegiate sports.
And I think it is kind of the introspective piece that folks need to realize that part of our development as black men here on campus is not just us being in the classroom, banging it out intellectually, but, just think about not having the green space or the availability to go out and get out and exercise and get out and just blow off that steam, right? And, that's part of the mental health part of it also, right? So as we talk about the great things that you guys are doing, the whole point of this is Giving Tuesday. Our baseball program is probably the most underfunded program in the conference. I think we are working on about 1.5 scholarships, but we do have alums that have basically created an alumni faction that helps subsidize some of those scholarships with money and donations. One of our biggest affiliations is the Morehouse Football Alumni Association. I'm a member of it, but I'd like for you, ADL, to kind of talk about, how important and the difference that they've made to help you, bridge those gaps that you have.
Okay, I say this all the time when I talk to our groups. Our Alumni Football Association is my best group. They do a lot for all the sports programs. That's what I like about them. It's just not about football. It's about baseball. We talked about rugby. I told him I wanted to do something with lacrosse. He wanted to make sure we might have uniforms for the lacrosse team. And I know it's the MAA. They do a great job, but I got to stop here and tell you, man, you do a lot for this university, this college. You're the guy here. I'm telling you, without you, the football team doesn't roll, the baseball team doesn't roll, our athletic department doesn't roll. So I want to let you know that coming from the athletic department and AD, what you do for the sports here is unbelievable. It's guys like him, these guys, all these guys that are here, these young students, they're looking up to you and they're going to be like you. That's what I mean. You're a product of the 4 for 40. That's you. You give everything to this university, and I got to thank you publicly for what you do.
And I appreciate it. And it's Giving Tuesday, and Too much whom is given.
But you give more than Tuesday.
No doubt. Too much whom is given, much is expected. So for me, I talk about this in our National Alumni Office all the time because we have students from not just Morehouse, but Spelman and Clark. And every day I let them know, A, that I love them, and 2, that they are my why. So as you guys look at us here, you see Harold and I, but the reason Harold has come back from a successful NBA front office career, having played in the NBA, he's come back because of the why. And the why is what flanks us to his right and to my left and what surrounds us in the room. You guys are our why. So there is absolutely no doubt that whatever we have to give, we're willing to do that. So in that vein of Giving Tuesday, my company last year started a program with football to give money to their scholarship and help offset other types of things that they needed. So for this year, we're going to help fund the recruiting team to go out and get those next 40, the 4 for 40s. So this year, the amount of touchdowns and field goals that we kicked this year came up to $25,500. So on behalf of my company, JME Group, AD Ellis, there's something to fund our recruiting budget for the 24 school year. So that's what Giving Tuesday is about. It's not about what you get, but it's about what you give. What we get from that are these 2 wonderful young men, super scholars, super athletes, and, you know, that next 4 for 40. So, A.D. Ellis.
I just want to thank you again. Man, this right here goes a long way with our athletic program. You guys don't understand. We're trying to make these guys successful. We're trying to put them in the right spot, and this helps. Thank you again. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Joe.
Very welcome. So with that, we're actually going to toss to some more videos and some testimonials and come back to us. We'll be here in a few. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Douglas Cooper. I serve as the Executive Director for the Office of Career Development and Engagement at Morehouse College. I've been in this role for about 4 years. It's a centralized role, which has changed from some of the structure that we've had at Morehouse in the past, where we want to be in a centralized function so that we can support all students equitably, make sure that the resources that we provide are made available to students regardless of their area of study. There are a number of programs that we run in the Office of Career Development and Engagement. One is the Career Leadership Institute and TADA, the Talent and Development Academy. It's a series of workshops that we take students through, but the culmination of that program is where we take a group of students to New York City to visit with many of the companies that we have relationships with. But I'm also excited to note that this year we're actually expanding the program. In January of 2024, we will also take the students to the Washington, D.C., Maryland area. We will visit organizations such as the CIA, the State Department, consulting firms, the Georgetown School of Law and Howard University's School of Medicine. So we're excited to expand it beyond what had been traditionally business programs to make sure that we're supporting students that are in the STEM, the humanities, and areas like that to make sure that they are receiving the resources that they need to be successful as well. My office has the honor and privilege of managing a program where we take a group of students abroad each year. We have taken students to every corner of the globe with the exception of Russia and Antarctica. We just came back in March of this year from West Africa, where we traveled to Ghana and Senegal. In the recent past, we have taken students to Hong Kong, Bangkok, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, India, Dubai, anywhere you can think of. The intent of it, beyond the excitement of the program, is to make sure that all of our students have a perspective of global issues. We want them to be not just domestic leaders, but also international leaders and have a perspective so that they can engage, help make decisions, and be engaged in policy issues that have an international perspective and not just within the United States. One of the unique things about the International Spring Tour is in its travels, students see the possibilities for them to not only travel internationally, but to work internationally. We've had students that we have met in Berlin who are doing consulting in Europe. We've had students that alumni actually, that we've run into in airports in India. So one of the great things particularly from the inception of this program, is it helped a lot of Morehouse graduates realize the opportunities for them to be engaged on an international stage and not just the United States. And if you think about Dr. King's impact on the world, that his message was about people having a global impact. Much of his lesson, much of his teachings came from Gandhi. So he set somewhat of a model for the expectation of Morehouse men to have an impact on world affairs and to change the course of the direction of the world for the benefit of all. The spring tour has been happening since the early 80s. We've probably had thousands of graduates that have participated in the spring tour. One of the values of it is not only the impact and what students see, but also how it has become a tradition in Morehouse. It's considered a signature event. It has changed for many the trajectory of their lives in terms of how they view international issues. When you travel internationally, it makes the world smaller and more accessible. And we have seen that with many of the alums. We certainly welcome folks' support of the International Spring Tour. They can always go to Given Tuesday and drop down to the Office of Career Development and more specifically look for the Corporate Partners Program, which is what funds our International Spring Tour. And fortunately, the tour has always been free for students, with the exception of them bringing back some souvenirs and having some fun. It really is a fully funded program for a student, Morehouse student, to have access to this type of opportunity without having to make a significant financial investment in it. Our students really are excited about it. Our new upcoming spring tour will go to Portugal and to Greece in March of 2024. And again, it started in the early 80s, initially as a domestic trip, and it has grown internationally. We typically visit embassies, companies that we have relationships with, cultural institutions. While we were in West Africa, the students went to Gorée Island, and as well as Cape Coast Castle in Ghana. We'll visit the University of Portugal while we're overseas this coming year and visit many of our corporate partners such as Coca-Cola, Citibank, and others that we have built great relationships with. And again, we welcome your support to continue to drive the message of Morehouse College throughout the world. So if you come to make the donation, you can come to the Corporate Partners Program, and that will allow you to make a contribution that supports our annual spring tour.
Hello, I'm Brian Kemei, sophomore computer science major from Kaptagat, Kenya. I chose Morehouse College because I couldn't resist the chance to pass Morehouse College and be part of the Young Black Men Association and be able to achieve my college dreams through Morehouse. My future career goal is to be able to be part of the IT and technology world and be able to transition to the marathon side and the sports side. I would recommend Morehouse to other young black men, as it's a chance for you to grow and to grow holistically and spiritual, and also to achieve your college dreams and be shaped to the right man of the society. My Morehouse brothers need your support to achieve their careers and college dreams. Give to Morehouse College today because it will be a chance to enable and fulfill other black men college dreams and careers. Give today to Morehouse Athletics Department, as it will be a chance to enable athletes to be able to achieve their college dreams and athletics dreams.
My name is Elijah Pinckney, and I'm a sophomore sports journalism major from Prince George's County, Maryland. Currently, I hold a 3.94 GPA. I'm an honors executive board member for the Howard Thurman Honors Program, and I also play shortstop for the Maroon Tigers baseball team. I chose to come to Morehouse because I could simply not pass up the opportunity to go to the one HBCU that is catered to mobilizing African American men only. My Morehouse brothers need your support to achieve their college and career dreams. You should support Morehouse because the young men of today are trying to help the generations to come. and help support Morehouse's athletic department to help our scholar athletes prosper off the field.
Hi, I'm Harold Ellis, Athletic Director at Morehouse College. I'm actually a proud alumnus of Morehouse College. I finished here in 1992, started in 1988. After Morehouse, I went to play in the minor league, and then I finally made the NBA. I played for the LA Clippers, Denver Nuggets, I played in Europe. I'm currently still the only former Morehouse basketball player to play in the NBA, which I'm really proud of. After the NBA, I worked on my master's degree and got a master's in sports management and started working on a PhD in sports psychology. And while during that time, I started working in the NBA in the front office. I was a coach, scout, player personnel. I worked for the Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons, Atlanta Hawks, Detroit Pistons again, the New York Knicks. And then I was currently, previously I was with Detroit Pistons, and I got one of the best calls in the world from Morehouse College to come back to help lead 2,300 men on campus, their athletic program. I still think that's one of the best days of my life. I think it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. To come back and work for your college is incredible. You can have bad days at our college, and you guys will see, you walk on campus, these kids have energy. It's a life-changing experience being on this campus. Like I said, bad days turn to great days with these kids. Athletic program is the bloodline to every college, especially ours. We have football, basketball, volleyball, championship, track, baseball. We're going to implement in club sports. We have soccer, lacrosse. Sports at our school has always been a big tradition. Homecoming, it's one of our biggest events of the year. And during basketball season, we have Founders Day. Those are two key events where it's surrounded by sports. As you know, football is the driving brand in every institution, and that's what I want here at Morehouse. I want football to be our big brand, and all other sports up under it will just fall into place. But like I said, we have championship track. Track and field. Coach Willie Hill has been here a long time. I think he's pound for pound the best coach in Morehouse school history. So track is in good hands. Basketball is in good hands. We have football going in the right direction. We also have strength and conditioning coaches now at Morehouse, which is another big deal. And we've never had a paid strength and conditioning coach at the college. And I think that's the first step that we're doing and going in the right direction. And with help of the alumni and Dr. Thomas, we got athletics going in the right direction. I say this all the time to parents. It's a unique situation. We're the only place in the world that educate 2,300 young African-American men and student athletes also. So our kids are all scholars. The standard at Morehouse to get in Morehouse is like 3.7 GPA, 1,400 SAT. So we're getting an athlete that can study. And I require all my coaches. We have study hall. If their grades are down, I get on my coaches. I'm not concerned about a lot of wins and losses on the field. It's about wins and losses in the classroom from my point of view. I say this to parents a lot also. I want your kid here 4 years and take care of your kid 4 years to get 40 back. That's kind of why we're here, Giving Tuesday. I want these kids, after 4 years, they're going to leave out of Morehouse and say, you know what, for the next 40 years, I want to implement either money, time, their life, because a lot of us do that. We put life in. When we come to Morehouse, we put life into this school, and that's what I want to have. So I call it my 4 for 40. 4 years of nurturing, teaching, helping, guiding. For 4 years, taking care of these boys. And for 40 years, when they become men, they'll be able to give back to our institution. Like a lot of institutions, we're trying to build our brand to be national. So we need weight room equipment. We need to improve the facilities. We have to be fully funded scholarship in all our sports. When we came on campus, when I came on campus in 1988, they told me Morehouse was the best place in the world. To educate, to live, you're going to be the best. And now it's time for us as alumni to show that we're the best. So we need the best equipment, the best facilities. We have men we're going to send into society and corporate America, and we want to send them the right way. We want to teach them the right way, and we want them to have the best. Look, we have the best medical. We have one of the best medical schools. We have one of the best biology buildings. We have a great business department. We have a new RayPac center that's the best and top of the line and everything else. But we got to get our sports departments up to being the best. Improvement on facilities and fully funded scholarships, it starts there. Look, when you go to all these other schools, you walk and talk in the office, you're at the water cooler at the office, everybody's talking about their school, they're sticking their chests out. We want to invest because we want to stick our chest out and show our brand that we're national, we're here to stay. We're one of the best HBCUs in the world, not only best HBCUs, but one of the best college nationally. And you got to invest in the young people. If we don't invest in the young people, invest in this campus, and invest in the kids, we never can grow. And I got a big ask coming up because we're going to change. I'm going to change this brand. So I got a big ask coming up soon. Details will follow.
Thank you for joining us back at the Student Call Center. We are getting some wonderful gifts. You'll hear more about that this evening. And thank you for supporting Morehouse College and the mission. Your gifts empower our students to achieve their college and career dreams. We have some vice presidents here that want to tell you about why you should support Morehouse College and an executive director. Let's start to my left with Henry Goodgame.
Well, good evening, everyone. By now, hopefully you have heard from some of our students. You've heard the messages loud and clear. Morehouse needs you, and we need you now. Whether you're a Morehouse parent that is supporting a son, whether you're a Morehouse alumnus who needs to make sure that you're doing everything you can to preserve the mission of the institution, we need you now. Supporting Morehouse is the best thing you could possibly do to further our future. Thank you so much.
And now we'll have Vice President Kevin Booker.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Kevin Booker, Vice President for Student Services and Dean of the college. And I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. Please give, please give. Give to the Student Emergency Assistance Fund. That's one that we manage in Student Services. It's a way in which we can give money directly back to students in times of need and crisis. The fund started about 4 years ago, and it has benefited over 200 plus students. We have given out just this semester alone over $33,000. So again, please give to the Emergency Assistance Fund, and you can find that by going to Morehouse Funds. And when you click on the download, you'll see Student Emergency Fund, and that way we can assist more students who may have need beyond what we already have. Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is Douglas Cooper, and I serve as the Executive Director for the Office of Career Development and Engagement. It's a delight to be here to encourage you to continue to support the mission of Morehouse College. In my role, we're dedicated to the career success of our students, and we try to provide those opportunities for them in a whole host of ways. Certainly the interviews that they have and opportunities that they have to engage firms that are looking to hire our students. But we also try to take that beyond the walls of Morehouse College to other places, not only in this country, but abroad. I support our Career Leadership Institute, where we take students to cities in the country such as New York, DC, Virginia, but I also lead our spring tour where we take students abroad. And we need your support to continue that mission of having Morehouse students have a global perspective, being able to make a difference in our international spaces. We will take a group of students to Portugal and to Greece in March. We just came back in March from West Africa. So this mission of having Morehouse men making a mark on the international place that Morehouse has to be in so that we can continue to change the world. Thank you, and please give to our support.
And we have some of our scholars here, Pierce Neighbors and Jeremiah Mitchell. Tell me more about why you support Morehouse College.
Hello, once again, my name is Jeremiah Mitchell. I'm a freshman pre-T Sims major. I'm here with Mr. Pierce Neighbors. He's also a current student here. And Pierce, one of the things I want to ask you is, what's been most impactful about your Morehouse experience?
One of the most impactful things about my Morehouse experience so far is the unique brotherhood and bonds you make at this school. Not just friends, but professors, faculty. It's like none other, especially in a setting, a place that thrives for black power, black greatness, especially young black youth men. It's so important, and is one of the biggest takeaways I've had so far at Morehouse.
So with Morehouse having such a strong impact on you, how can people give to continue to create this impact, not just for you, but for other black men who are seeking to further their careers?
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is just to donate. You know, many people dream of coming to Morehouse, but, you know, obviously with tuition and everything, it could be a struggle. But donate, donate, donate. We don't turn down students because of tuition. You know, we do this for black excellence, black power, and to strive for greatness, especially among black men. So please donate if you can.
Thank you, Pierce, so much. And I think we also have some updated totals here from one of our other students.
Greetings, my name is Ari Cooper. I am a biology pre-med major. I'm a freshman. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida, and we have some new totals in from one for 5K from our trustee, Javaro Edwards, another 5K from Jerome Boger, another 5K from Michael and Lorna Lindsay, sorry about that, another 5K from Paul Perkins, as well as another 5K from Andre Kearns, and another 5K from Reginald Robinson, and a whopping 25K from David August Jones. To give to Morehouse means more than just giving. It's giving to the culture. Support that culture because it means more than just a brotherhood. It means more than just giving to a life. It means giving to the future of our world, the future of our country, the future of the things you hold dear to yourself, as well as giving to the brothers, your fellow Morehouse brothers that are soon to be something great. Thank you.
Like Ari said, donating to Morehouse College isn't just donating to a college. It's donating to people's dreams, aspirations, and so much more beyond our lives. So please, please, please continue to give. Any gift is good, whether it's 1867 or a 5K gift. Everything does something.
Jeremiah, I'm going to read that number off again. You text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. Please give to support the Morehouse mission. Back to you.
Greetings. My name is Pierce Neighbors, sophomore, communication studies major from Chicago, Illinois. I chose Morehouse College because I love the community. I love the community around Morehouse and the brotherhood, the connections you make. It's like none other. What I want to do when I graduate is potentially go to law school or get a master's in public policy, so go in the government route. I would absolutely recommend Morehouse College to anyone else. I think the connections here are wonderful, and I think seeing a place where young black men thrive is great for the black community. My Morehouse brothers need your support to achieve their college and career dreams. Give today because Morehouse is a wonderful institution filled with young, amazing black men, and we need your support.
Hi, welcome to Morehouse's Giving Tuesday. I am Dr. Stephanie Dunn, and I am a proud professor in the English department and in cinema, television, and emerging media studies, better known as CTEMS. CTEMS just turned 10 years, and I'm proud to be one of the co-founders of that major. And in those years, we've grown quite a bit. And our good news recently is that we have been named as one of the top 50 film programs in the United States by the Rap magazine, the only HBCU film program to arrive on that list. This comes after 2019's Variety listing of Morehouse CTEMS as one of the top programs to study for film. So we are very proud, but we're also striving to continue the mission of sending students to graduate school, of sending them into the profession, to continue to keep getting the best internships, and to reach achievements like one of our students winning a Sundance Jury Award a few years ago, and another student, Mr. David Fortune, who was recently announced as the Untold Story winner of a $1 million feature film prize by AT&T at Tribeca's Film Festival in 2023. What we need now, of course, is more of your support, scholarships, endowments, and the person with the vision to create that state-of-the-art building where all of the futuristic technology that is needed to nurture storytellers will continue. At Morehouse College, we are about building the legacy of ushering in more storytellers into Hollywood and into the world to tell our stories, to create alternative stories, and to change the narrative in Hollywood and beyond. One of the things that your generous support provides is opportunities to bring top-notch talent as visiting professors or permanent professors. For example, in the past, we have welcomed Miss Julie Dash, the director of Daughters of the Dust, and a professor. And this year, our distinguished visiting professor in CTEMS is none other than prolific director and actor and producer, Mr. Kevin Hooks. Our partnerships, not only with individuals who care about ushering in the next generation of Black storytellers, be they individuals or companies like Disney or Pixar or NBC Universal, are important because we can't do the mission that we are doing without financial support and without time and participation of our many collaborators. So we're always looking out for partners and for companies and individuals to support the mission of providing extraordinary learning opportunities for our students on sets around the world, at festivals, in graduate school, and by bringing in people that will be important to help mentor our students. So we have this standing joke that the USCs and the NYUs probably have more broken equipment than we have equipment. But that's a statement to suggest how much the need is here at Morehouse Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies. We have to have the state-of-the-art cameras, the technology, the software to continue to educate our students. And this mission is very, very important because it's not just about diversifying Hollywood, it's about social justice. In our program, our students understand that storytelling is a huge social change agent. And they think of themselves as storytellers who are not just going to entertain, but literally are going to transform the world. And there has never been a time when this is more important than to have storytellers supported at a historically Black college like Morehouse is essential.
If you think that your life is worth living, then your life is worth telling. If you think that your life is worth experience, your life is worth expressing that experience to others. Film, and I'm a little biased when I say this, is probably one of the greatest expressions of art that man has invented.
Anyone who sees the value of Morehouse's legacy of bringing great storytellers into the world, we ask you to support that mission.
Hello, my name is Professor Ken Newby. I'm the director of the Speech and Debate program here at Morehouse College. I'm also a senior assistant professor in the Department of Communications, and most importantly, I'm a proud Morehouse alumnus, class of 1997.
My name is Jonathan Dulce. I am a junior political science major from Toledo, Ohio, and I am currently a member of the debate team for 2 years now.
Morehouse College has had a debate program since 1906. It is one of the most storied programs that is part of the history, the tradition, and the legacy of Morehouse College. Little known fact is that when President Mays took his first job at Morehouse, it wasn't as president of Morehouse, it was as debate coach in 1923 when he coached James Mabrit and Howard Thurman, who were both on the debate team during their time at Morehouse College. Today, in 2023, the Morehouse debate program is a diverse program. It's one of the few programs that engages in a multiple of different formats. We believe that there's no particular format of debate that is great, so we exalt numerous formats to prepare our students to enter the real world in which they will have to debate in numerous formats and rules. We say the format doesn't matter. What matters is the quality of research, the quality of presentation, the quality of logic, and the quality of skills that our students are able to acquire when they become members of the Morehouse debate program. That legacy, that focus, and that commitment that we've had over the years have led us to have numerous success, both regional, nationally, and internationally. We still remain to this day the only HBCU to have ever attended the World University's Debate Championship, and we regularly host the Social Justice National Debating Championship and have won that national championship the last 3 years in a row. Every year, we attend several national championship tournaments. Last year, we attended the historically black colleges and universities National Speech and Debating Championship, also known as HBCU Nats. We closed out in final round, which means that we had the top 2 best teams in parliamentary debate at that national championship. We regularly participate in a variety of different exhibition debates where we debate schools from Bates College to Howard University to Yale, and we regularly compete, but we don't just compete, we regularly win. And at some of these debate tournaments and competitions, we'll face schools from Harvard to Cornell to New York University to the University of Alaska to Miami to Cal Poly. Really, it spans the whole nation and indeed the whole world when we travel outside of the country to teams like Jamaica or teams from Oxford or Cambridge. Teams in the debate world know when they face Morehouse, they better be prepared. At various times throughout our history, we've been invited and been honored to accept the invitation to debate students who have been involved in prison educational programs. One of the more recent debates that we engaged in was through the Barred Prison Debate Initiative, in which we took a select group of Morehouse students into the prison system in upstate New York and had an exhibition debate with the students in the Barred program who were currently incarcerated persons. And the debate topic was whether or not Malcolm X should be regretted as an autodidact in terms of how we celebrate him. And it was a very good and engaging debate. One of the great memories I take away from that is the way the audience truly engaged with our students with their questions about the debate and the seriousness of which everyone took their participation in the discussion.
To be honest with you, I didn't know the debate team existed until 2 members who had currently left. John Curry specifically came to my dorm and asked me to join, and it sounded just like me, you know, getting to argue, practicing critical thinking skills, reading. It was a team that I figured out that would become a large part of my life, and I love it, and I don't regret joining it for a single bit. Now, we just came back from a tournament about environmental justice. And believe it or not, I just had in my political theory class had an exact lecture on environmental justice. And I was very able to connect my debate experience during the weekend and class and be able to have an engaging conversation with my professor and current students in my class as well about it. So debate really doesn't just prepare you in the classroom, it also helps you, prepares you for life.
One central theme that runs throughout the curriculum here at Morehouse is critical thinking. And debate is the one singular activity that builds critical thinking skills better than any other tool that I know of here at Morehouse. In debate, it's not just about making a fancy presentation. You have to put together your argument, but most importantly, you have to be able to defend it. And in order to defend it properly, it requires you, when you're preparing for those debates, to think about both sides of the issues, to evaluate both the evidence that supports your claims and the evidence that undermines your claims. And it's that exercise of volleying your mind back and forth between two different sides of the issues that we think supports the evolution of the critical mind. And that is the essence of a Morehouse student. There are a variety of reasons why you should support the debate team. First of all, because we need your support. That financial contribution to our program enables us to travel both close to home and far away. There is a direct relationship between how much money is given to how many plane tickets we can afford to buy to enable to take our students to demonstrate their wonderful skills on campus. Every year when we're making those difficult decisions of who we can take to tournaments and competitions, we have to first check the budget to make sure we can afford it. But secondly, what are we affording them? We're affording them incredible opportunities, both for intercultural exchange when they travel abroad and compete internationally in tournaments, and to demonstrate the power of the Morehouse education when they're presenting and they're competing at these debate competitions far and wide. But thirdly, and most importantly, we're helping those students to build bridges of relationships and opportunities that will serve them well later in life, and also teach them that what they're learning here at Morehouse is not just an education in a vacuum, but it's an education that can carry them into the real world and serve them well throughout a lifetime. So when you support our program, you also support our service mission in the area of intellectual inquiry and enable us to travel with our students to expose them to great and wonderful opportunities, but most importantly, to help others around the world grow into this culture of debate.
Morehouse develops leaders in all areas, including film. Students in the cinema, television, and emerging media studies program are schooled in critical thinking, global awareness, advanced writing, and storytelling, and other skills. The curriculum, which focuses on film studies and film production, with a strong emphasis on screenwriting, is a vital part of the liberal arts studies and the division of the creative and performing arts at Morehouse. Through its interdisciplinary perspective, the program incorporates diverse frameworks and nurtures critical reflection and thoughtful analysis on the part of the film media producers and their audiences. I'm so happy to be on this stage today with members of the Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies Department here at Morehouse College, as well as an alum of this prestigious program. And so first, I would like to thank Dr. Stephanie Dunn for being here, the chair of the Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies Department here at Morehouse College.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. I have the honor of being on the stage with three other special people. One is one of the co-founders with myself and several others of the Cinema, Television, and Emerging Media Studies, a proud Morehouse alum, Professor Avery O. Williams.
Clap, 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 clap. Thank you. Clap, clap.
And beside him, we have one of our most distinguished alums, who is a filmmaker and is also an adjunct instructor with CTIMS, and that is Mr. Zachary Thomas, class of 2013, the very first class of CTIMS. And last but not least, we have one of our prized alum, the David Fortune, who graduated in 2015 and is now a filmmaker accomplishing great feats, which you'll hear about a little bit more. David Fortune.
Thank you. Hey, David.
So recently, our department, our CTIMS department, was named one of the top 50 programs in the country, as well as the only HBCU on the list. So I'm wondering how you made it happen, especially with such a new program.
So I don't know that we made it happen. We were actually surprised. We didn't know that was coming. But I mean, there's two things. It's just you're putting your head down because you believe in the mission, which is to nurture transformative storytellers. And you have a great team. And so when you're putting your head down to do the work and you're doing it ethically and you're doing with a great deal of dedication and you stay the course, I think good things happen.
Definitely. And I would add to that academic rigor. This is one thing that we believe that we need to have intelligent filmmakers who are not only knowledgeable about the history and the craft, but also understand something about the aesthetics in a deeper way. So our classes are no joke. I'm sure that these alums can definitely attest to. So we believe this, it's not just about jumping out there, I'm going to make a little movie with my camera. No, this is about understanding cinema and television and emerging media in its totality. And so we constantly push for that, and it has borne fruit.
So I have a couple friends who are in the program, and they've always talked to me about the program, but I always wondered, what is so unique about this CTEMS department?
So I want our two alums to respond to that a little bit, but I will say the intimacy, it's the intimacy when you are small and mighty, you can spend the dedicated time, you can develop a certain synergy. Also having, as my colleague just mentioned, a really strongly focused curriculum, and also adding some special experiences that keep expanding as the years go on. So you're always looking to expand the experiential, sort of activities beyond the classroom. So we've been able to do that, and we've been able to attract students who are serious about going into the industry. And that is also very key, because you do need to have passion, and you need to be prepared to do the academic work.
And I would like to I would also like to add to what my colleagues here have just said. The academic rigor you encounter in our program, it just ensures that our students are just as competitive as the students or the filmmakers that they will encounter in their graduate program, in their professional career. So I believe that's what makes our program also just stand out.
So one of my favorite things that I've seen come out of the department is the MTV short films. And I think that I applaud you guys. They were very well put together. And so I'm wondering, what can the community expect out of this department moving forward in the coming years?
You gotta stay tuned. And those that are out there have to support the mission, because every year there's different pieces. There's different innovative pieces, so that no class experiences necessarily the same things as seniors, because there's a piece that wasn't there the year before. There's travel. We may be at Sundance. We may be, but all of this goes back to funding, of course, right? To be able to make certain things happen.
Definitely. So it's twofold in terms of, you'll see things coming out of the department itself, and that means films, short films, like they mentioned MTV, but also you'll see graduates go on to do some amazing things. So it's sort of this synergistic outpouring of amazing creativity and storytelling that you'll definitely continue to see and will flourish. And definitely that's why we need support from our alumni and friends of the program out there to help make this happen.
As you guys mentioned, funding is vital for any department, but especially one like this. And so I'm wondering, as an alum of the college, Professor Thomas, can you just speak to what it's like being in the department and why it's so vital to fund this, to continue on producing alums that would do great things in this community?
Well, one of the benefits of being an alum of this, not only this college, but this program, is seeing my younger brothers come up, develop their voice. And part of that is just making sure that they have access to the modern equipment, the modern trainings. As we mentioned, they have a lot of opportunities that come up, and that requires travel, right? So they need the funding to get to these places and experiencing things, to travel to the big festivals and whatnot. And even some of their films go on to get submitted to these festivals, and festival fees, they cost a lot. So we can go on about in the many different ways how your funding will help us.
David Fortune, who is an alum, did a very special senior short. And now recently, he's become the $1 million winner of AT&T's Untold Story that was announced at the Tribeca Film Festival in 2023. So David Fortune, you can say a word about beginning with your first I think, internship that was quite special here that led to all that.
Yeah, so I would say even receiving the $1 Million Award from AT&T and Tribeca, as special as that was, it all started here at Morehouse. And getting my first internship with Marvel Studios, working as an assistant for Anthony Mackie, and getting that upstart and getting me understanding of how the industry works. So I'm able to understand how set functions and be able to lead a $1 million project with AT&T and Tribeca. And so it wouldn't have started if I didn't make the short film Miss Identity, which Anthony Mackie was here to see and watch and see for himself and took me under his wing. And with that short film about a young lady who works as a pageant and trying to find her identity and be honest with her truth and her younger self. And so without that short film, I wouldn't be here today.
Well, I can't wait to watch this short film. I believe we have that short film. And so if we can show that, that would be great. And I'm so happy that I was able to be on this stage with you all. I know great things will come out of this department moving forward.
It certainly will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The pipeline begins here.
Yes.
Support.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the 13th annual Miss Identity Pageant, where the most beautiful, poised, and talented women are on display. The winner of this contest will have an automatic bid for Miss Universe Pageant.
I am proud to be an American, first and foremost. America is a country where all people are created equal. Since the beginning of time, this country was founded by people seeking to live the lives they wanted to live in freedom. So I am so happy that we are all Americans and can be created equal. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, welcome to the stage, Miss Katie, Texas! Well, isn't she stunning, ladies and gentlemen? Just look at her. Well, my question for you is, if you could talk to your 10-year-old self, what would you say?
Thank you for that question. If I could speak to my 10-year-old self, I would say, Candace, you're beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. You're created by God Himself. From the cute little gap in between your teeth to the last string of natural hair on your head, you're perfect. Take it from your older self. Don't be held hostage by ideas of pretty or skinny or sexy. These are vague perceptions created by insecure people who try to hide their pain under fake eyelashes and hair and boobs. And I know you want to be a pageant queen one day, but life is already a pageant. with a very large audience who's just waiting to judge your every flaw and mistake and thought. So be confident in who you are, and know you're worth so much more than diamonds or anything that you can measure. And do not let people in your life who are mean or judge you or hurt you or treat you like you're nothing. And don't let society tell you what to think or what to do or how to feel, because you're not an object. Your beauty isn't based on comments or likes or numbers. Your beauty is defined by what's in here. So do whatever you want to do. And if anyone tries to stop you or box you in, tell them to kick rocks. Thank you.
And the winner is Miss New York.
I belong here. I feel like I've found my place. I've been able to take Morehouse as a process, not a destination. I believe that stories unite people, and great stories unite great people. Morehouse is rooted in a deep belief in the empowerment of black men, and that's something that resonates with people inside the gates and outside of the gates. And so when you go through this experience, you are definitely connected to Mother Morehouse, and you see yourself represented. And so that feeling of belonging, that story that connects us all, it's really important and it's really empowering. As a sophomore, I've been through the challenges, and so connecting with people and being open, having the energy that you want to see from others, and not just expect that you will be accepted in the community, but also having a mindset that encourages people to come to you. There's that vibrancy and that fun aspect of Morehouse. And for example, homecoming was really a great experience for me. I'm from Ivory Coast, never heard of a homecoming before, and seeing the whole community show up, and the brotherhood makes it really interesting. Having the mindset of being the agent of positive change that you want to see, because there's power in numbers, and the students are the brand.
Now that is talent. Morehouse does an incredible job at inspiring its students to be trailblazers. You can find a Morehouse alum in leadership in all fields, from film and music to government and business. Give now to support the dreams of Morehouse scholars. You can text Morehouse to 855-929-0389 or come to Morehouse College tonight and deliver your gift in person. Now for some more entertainment. Next up is Twin Sounds featuring Morehouse College juniors Jasper and Jacoby Mitchell.
How's it going? Thank you so much for this opportunity. We just wanted to share a couple selections, or I guess one selection with you all. Although this is my first night with you, I'm looking for a sign that I could make you mine, and I know that you wanna take things slow, and that's all right with me. You know I don't wanna rush things, but baby, no. Street lights been on all night, no one to call, our phones have died. We don't need that light, we've got ours right here in the stars. And if you close your eyes, baby, you'll realize that I'm by your side, baby, till the morning light. Ooh, Hana, ooh, Hana, ooh, Hana. Ooh, Hana. Although, you know I'll never leave you, girl. You know I'll never leave you, girl. And you say love is beautiful, but unpredictable. Street lights been on all night, no one to call, our phones, they've died. We don't need that light, we've got ours right here in the stars. And if you close your eyes, baby, you'll realize that I'm by your side, baby, yeah, till the morning light. Ooh, Anna, ooh, Anna, ooh, Anna, ooh, Anna, ooh, Anna, ooh, Anna. I'll be underneath the stars where you'll find me. I'll be underneath the stars are where you'll find me. I'll be underneath the stars where you'll find me. I'll be underneath the stars where you'll find me. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you. Give. Text now to give.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with some distinguished young men here at Morehouse College. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
How's it going? I'm Kanan Tomlin, junior economics major from PG County, Maryland.
How are you doing? My name is Spencer Cox. I'm a junior business management major from Fort Worth, Texas.
How you doing? My name is Kamar Montgomery. I'm a senior economics major from Columbus, Ohio.
So, gentlemen, can each of you tell me what organization are you a part of here at the college?
I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, the Chi chapter.
Awesome.
I'm a member of the Bloody Side chapter and of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated and currently stand as the chapter president or basileus.
I'm a member of the Alpha Rho chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm the chapter president.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. So speaking about these illustrious organizations, we know that several notable alumni have entered into the world that were a part of these organizations. So could you tell the folks back at home, why is it important to give to each of your individual chapters? Starting with you, brother.
Yes, this is very important because what we stand for on our campus is community and service, right? All the money that we get goes out into the community itself. We had a recent event for a closed drive, which we are not executing, to help the surrounding community because, as we know, the West End is not where it needs to be. So we take it personal with the money that we receive to help give back.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, thank you. So why it's important to give specifically to the side chapter is because, like my brother here said, is what we stand for on this campus. And it helps us to carry out all the initiatives and all the different impacts that we can do to the community as well as to the students of Morehouse College. And that's why it's one of the most important things to continue to give back. And also giving back will help us create a trailblazer path for those behind us and to ensure that they have a stable and a financial free burden as they come to Morehouse College.
Yeah, similar to what Spencer said, just try to set a tone throughout the Morehouse community and throughout the culture of just giving back. So that's the same thing that we try to do as Alpha Ben, is give back to the community, and also that pouring into us in our fraternity. We try to take that back out and just give that back to the community.
Thank you, brother. So also we know that it's Founders Season. So November, we have the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, their Founders Day. We have the best fraternity in the world, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Their Founders Day is coming up next week. And we also have Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated with their Founders Day coming up in January. So, gentlemen, can you tell everybody, some things to be looking out for, or some events that happen for Founders Day, or, things that we can just stay tuned to see in the near future?
For the best Founders Day on planet Earth, January 9th, 1914, we plan to do a food drive to help the surrounding area because, as you know, the West End is a food desert, so we're trying our best to provide the most healthy options we can for the surrounding people because we know, as college students, it's very difficult to have money for food.
So I would like to address a few things first. Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is the best and only fraternity in America. But to talk more about our Founders Week, also what we call Achievement Week, our Founders Day was November 17th. It was founded in 1911, but this past week we had Achievement Week. In those days that we did, on Tuesday we had an environmental awareness workshop. We also, on Wednesday, we participated in, we partnered with a few other organizations on our campus, and we had a mental health event for the men of Morehouse to really try to impact and teach young men how to really vocalize how they feel. And then, of course, we had some fun as well, and we had a game night later on that week. And then we ended the week with community service by having an AUC sandwich run, who was actually started by a member of our chapter, a member of Side Chapter. And what we did was we packaged sandwiches and packaged meals, and we go out into the community, whether that's the West End, Gateway Center, or around all of Atlanta, and we hand out those meals and make sure that we can impact not just Morehouse, but the outward community as well.
So our Founders Day is coming up next Monday, December 4th. We have big three things planned. First, we have a Gifts with Giza where we plan to give back to the community. Gifts for the holiday, Christmas holiday is coming up, New Year's. So we plan to give back to kids that are in single mother homes or don't have the needs to really get gifts or anything. We also usually do a march around campus with Alpha Phi at Clark Atlanta University. So we plan to do that. IOTA is also back at Morris Brown, so we plan to include them as well, and Ada Lambda as well. And then we also have Centennial coming up. So we have pro fights that are coming up in the city, and we're going to do a citywide community service day.
So while being in these organizations, if you were to pick your mind, what is the most memorable experience that you've had while being a member of each of your organizations. You know, I'll give you a little minute because I know there are probably thousands of thoughts rushing to your mind about all the memorable moments that you've had, you know, chilling with your LBs and being a part of the fold. So could you tell me, like, something that really stands out along your Morehouse journey while being a part of your respective organizations?
I'll go first. It's a lot of different memories that I have, a lot of great memories so far since I've been in the chapter and the fraternity. But I would say having an influence on the campus and being able to, you know, guide and people look at you as a leader on campus and, you know, put on different events, whether it's programming, community service, and they actually look up to you and you be able to have a positive impact on people.
One of my favorite memories actually happened this semester when Vice President Kamala Harris came to campus. I remember we were told that I was under the impression that we would not be hopping on stage or performing on stage, and so it was me and maybe two other people, and I'm not the best hopper in the world. So I remember when they told us that we were going to be hopping, I said, oh my goodness. And so I called everybody I could, and all of my LBs showed up, and we all went. We put on a great performance. I ended up messing up my ankle during our chapter march, and just the way that my LBs cared for me, made sure I had everything, medicine, ice, all those kind of things, really spoke to the brotherhood and the reason why I joined this organization to begin with.
So a memorable moment for me was, for those of you that don't know, I had a line brother pass away over the summer, somebody I crossed with, and we celebrated his life over the summer, but when we came back to campus, we had the opportunity to do a memorial service on campus, and it meant a lot that the Morehouse community and all the administration cared enough about us and about him to take time away from whatever they were doing to celebrate him on campus, and it was a good time for everyone to fellowship. So, like, that meant a lot to me that Morehouse poured into us like we pour into the institution. So, like, that was just a really big moment for all of us.
Awesome. Hey, John, as we kind of speak to, and we spoke to earlier, our why. Mm-hmm. You know, the organizations are different, but the theme is the same, right? Making sure that these young men have a wonderful experience here at Morehouse. We talk about it a lot. Morehouse is a huge village, and within that village, we have many tribes. And as we stand here, members of our individual tribes, we're all about making sure the village of Morehouse does well. So I applaud you guys for everything that you do, the leaders that you are, and the example that you set.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time to have some fun. We got a little surprise for you from our Divine Now orgs right here at Morehouse College. So stay tuned and sit back and relax as we put on a little show to show you how we get down here at the house.
We are the brothers of the Alpha Rho chapter of Alpha by Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And we are here to let y'all know who we are and how we get down. Fired up! Fired up! Just know that you cannot have it if you come from April. We are the oldest and the coldest, all you already know. Break it down. Hey, go, ice, cold, hot. Cheese, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, kill it. Hey, go. Ice, cold.
For your gifts, no gift is too small. Every gift benefits the Morehouse mission and fuels our students to achieve their college and career dreams. I'm here with my colleague, Rhonda Elmore, and another one of her wonderful scholars.
Thank you, Eileen. Hello to everyone out there on YouTube. My name is Rhonda Elmore, Director of Donor Relations and Endowment Administration. Today I have Richard Chandler here with me, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and talk about his scholarship.
How you all doing today? I'm Richard Chandler, a junior biology major on the pre-med track from Louisville, Kentucky. I am currently a Morgan Stanley Student Success Scholar here at Morehouse College.
So Richard, can you tell us, why did you choose Morehouse College?
I mean, the real question is why not choose Morehouse? But Morehouse has so many qualities and so many things about it that build up a black man to be better than what he has coming from or what, he's been told he can do. And any place that's going to build me and make me better is a place for me.
All right, thank you for that. Can you tell us how Morgan Stanley in this scholarship has benefited you or impacted you as a student?
It has benefited me greatly. I mean, for one, not having to pay tuition is always a blessing. but also just the opportunities we've been given, the people we've been able to work with, network with, the rooms that I don't think I'd ever would have been in if I wasn't a Morgan Stanley Scholar. It's truly a blessing and truly just thankful every day to be a part of such a scholarship that makes sure to always take care of it and treats me like family.
And can you tell us a little bit about how Morgan Stanley partners with our students? They don't just give you money, but what else does having a scholarship and being in that program, how does that help you as well?
Yes, so Morgan Stanley is here every day. And when I say every day, it feels like they're here every day. They're here during homecoming. They're here during our Candle in the Dark and Founders Week. They're here for our students because they are looking for the next generation of talented African-American males and females all around the world. And they're looking for people that are and represent what Morehouse values look like. So Morgan Stanley's always here. They're always here for the students at Morehouse College, especially their scholars. So we're grateful for Morgan Stanley, grateful for all of our donors who come and help the students here at this college.
As Richard said, we do appreciate the partnership we have with Morgan Stanley. They also have mentors within the company for our students, and they also have monthly career workshops with the students as well. So they're not just giving money; they're actually engaged with our students and helping them out with whatever issues that they're having, getting internships and things like that. And finally, Richard, can you tell me what are your plans after Morehouse College?
After Morehouse College, I plan on attending medical school, working on orthopedic surgery, and more importantly, opening up practices for underserved communities and helping people that look just like me and you.
So we do need you, our donors out there, our alumni and our friends, to help other students like Richard with our scholarships. And thank you, and please give to Morehouse. No gift is too big or too small. And I will turn it back over to Ms. Dodd.
Thank you, Rhonda. I'm here with Hoden Hassan. She's the Vice President for the Office of Institutional Advancement and is helping us to lead our campaign, our $500 million Making Men of Consequence campaign.
Yes, thank you, Aline. And tonight really, it reminds me the spirit of philanthropy. Philanthropy is an expression of love and commitment to causes we care, and everyone showed their commitment tonight. Thank you so much, those of you who already gave. And parents, alumni, friends, and partners, we are grateful to your giving. And no amount is too small. Every gift is an expression of your interest and care. So please continue. We have until 11:59 p.m. tonight. And we welcome all your gifts. And we thank you. We can't thank you enough. And when you give it to Morehouse, you're really making investment that is very clear, and the return of investment, because Morehouse is the only college in the nation who's dedicated to educate a black man, not only educate them, but to develop leaders of tomorrow in our nation, and also leaders for the world. So please give, and we appreciate and grateful for your commitment and giving. Thank you so much, everyone.
If you go to give2.morehouse.edu, you'll see many programs on there, and one of the programs that you can give to tonight is the Center for Journalism, Sports, and Social Justice. And we have the executive director and chair of the department here tonight to tell you why you should give to that program.
Well, thank you, Eileen. I'm Ron Thomas. I'm the chair of the Journalism in Sports, Culture, and Social Justice Department. And this is?
Yes, Christopher Lambry, freshman, political science major on the pre-law track from Atlanta, Georgia. So, Professor Thomas, we want to ask, what can donors expect when they're investing to you in the Department of Journalism here at Morehouse College?
Well, one of the primary purposes for our program is that journalists are critical to developing the images of people and that are presented to the general public. And particularly for black people, we often have been plagued by negative stereotyping. So we hope that we have more black reporters who will be out telling more positive stories about black people in the black community. And also, it's really important for our program that in the long run, the students we turn out also become decision makers. So they become the editors who can assign stories to reporters. Maybe they become the heads of departments and have hiring and firing power. And all of that is involved in creating the images of people who are presented to the public.
So what are some of the post experiences you've seen students who matriculated through the department kind of have post Morehouse?
Well, I tell you, I was really happy a couple weeks ago when one of our former students, Jordan Shepard, sent me a picture of him with his Emmy Award, because he is a producer of SportsCenter on ESPN. And then we also, one of our students was Donovan Ramsey. He used to be managing editor of the school newspaper, The Maroon Tiger, and he recently put out a book about how cocaine ravaged black communities in the 1980s. And I've seen him on National Public Radio and also MSNBC. So he's gotten a lot of national publicity. And then one of our reporters is Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald, where he's the race and culture beat reporter for the Herald. So those are just a few. We also have had some Clark students and also Spelman students who have been part of our program.
Yes, thank you, Professor Thomas, and please donate to Morehouse College and the Department of Journalism.
And now let's hear some of those totals.
All right. My name is Jeremiah Mitchell, and I'm here with Ari again with more totals. Let's see some of those totals, Ari.
How you doing? Ari Cooper here again. We have a 2K donation from John Harkless. We have a 2.5K, from J. Todd Phillips. A 1988,000 donation from Brent Coleman. A 1K donation from John Watson. A 1K donation from Ida Rose, and a 5K donation from Daniel Graham.
We also have here a 1K donation from Kevin Creighton, a 1K donation from Don Shegog, a 1K donation from Rodney McKenzie, another 1K donation from Ronald Hodnett, Alfred Dempsey, and then also a 2K donation from Jacob Qualls. Thank you so much for all y'all giving. Remember, you're giving to a college and you're giving to other people's dreams. You're giving to people being able to attend this college. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, you can text to give at Morehouse. Give to Morehouse, 855-929-0389. Thanks for giving, and keep on giving.
And we're back with some more Morehouse talent. Coming to our stage front is Chicago native, Mr. Corbin Sanders, part of the 2017 Sesquicentennial class. Corbin Sanders is a record producer, artist, and a talented violinist. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Corbin Sanders.
My name is Dr. Nina Gilbert, and I am the Executive Director of the Morehouse Center for Excellence in Education. I am also the Chair of the Education Department here at Morehouse College. So the program I am so fortunate to lead, actually I lead two programs. One is the center, the Morehouse Center for Excellence in Education. Most people know it by MCEE, and also the Education Department. And the goal and mission of the center is to provide an extension or enrichment and enhance the work of the academic program that's underway in the Education Department. And our focus is on preparing educators, particularly our students here at Morehouse College who are aspiring educators to make impact, deep impact in the field of education. We do this through an ecosystem approach where it's interdisciplinary, and our students are prepared to revolutionize not just the education sector, but the other sectors around education, whether it's journalism, philanthropy, business and finance. Our students are well prepared to take on roles in classrooms, whether they are inside of the brick and mortar setting or to make change and impact as policymakers and those who oversee the governance of schools and make impact in communities by serving in youth-serving organizations. Currently, the statistic that's most often cited as it relates to the number of Black men who are serving in roles as educators in our public school setting is below 2%, and that problem is incompatible with the Morehouse mission, where we are preparing our graduates to lead lives of leadership and service. We know that it is very likely that a student who has a Black male teacher, by the time they're in elementary school or they complete elementary school, they're more likely to graduate from high school. The more Black men they have as teachers throughout middle school and high school, they are the opportunities increase for them to not only finish high school but go on to college. So it is important to us that we prepare our students to be the representation and the reflection that students of color need to see in classrooms. But a Black male teacher is not just an advantage or benefit to Black students. All students, regardless of their race and background, benefit from having a diverse teacher and leadership pool in their schools and districts. But more specifically, we know it's important that our Black and brown children see reflections of themselves in classrooms, and that's the work that we're doing at the center. Students who choose education as a major have the opportunity to certify and become a licensed or credentialed educator, but we have those students who are interested in education from a broader perspective, and those students who are education studies majors, they come in and study education as a discipline. So those students might choose to go on to graduate school and take on roles in the academy. However, students who come through our program definitely have a choice, whether they stay in the classroom for a few years or for their entire career. Students have those options. We also are supporting our alum, folks who've come through Morehouse before we had a formal education program. We had students who graduated and went into the field as a graduate student or through an alternative certification program. And we have alum all over the country, all over the world, who are making deep impact in districts and in schools as principals, superintendents, board members, policymakers, serving in the highest levels of government, and serving locally on their local school boards. So regardless of where you are in your community, or if you're looking at a national level, you can find a Morehouse man who is doing the transformative work to improve schools and educational outcomes for students across this country. One unique component that exists within our program is a focus on social entrepreneurship. For those students who are not quite sure if the classroom is where they see themselves making the most impact, there are students who can explore what it means to be educational entrepreneur, a leader who starts a school, whether it's a public charter school, an independent school, an after-school program, educational instructional apps. We have a number of opportunities for our students. We actually have a faculty that is very experienced. Two of our faculty members are actually founders of charter schools, and we have others who have explored how to use the latest approaches in technology to enhance curriculum. So students who are interested in the more innovative side of education can certainly find those opportunities present within the center and the department. We have been incredibly fortunate to have the support of a number of national organizations and foundations who believe in the work that we do at the center, but more importantly, they believe in the rich history and the legacy of excellence that exists here at Morehouse College. Combining those two is a win for those who want to invest in transformation. Anyone who invests in the programs at Morehouse Center for Excellence in Education will be investing in the future of not only the next generation of educators, but those that they serve in the K-12 sector.
My name is Dr. Kenneth Gaucher, and I'm the Executive Director for the Morehouse Center for Broadening Participation in Computing, as well as the Chenault Endowed Chair of Computer Science at Morehouse College. In the center, we focus on diversifying the computing workforce at different levels. Specifically, we look at pre-freshmen, we look at current college students, and we look at making sure that students have options to go once they graduate from Morehouse and other places in computing. One of our programs is our pre-freshman experience program, and in that program we support Morehouse students as well as other AUC students to prepare themselves to go into a computing degree program as well as a computing minor. Another one of our programs is our Engaged Computing program, in which we work with industry partners to collaboratively teach different courses in the college that we couldn't normally teach through our elective courses. Lastly, there's our Black Issues in Computing Education Symposium, in which we work with computing education researchers and practitioners to study the scholarship of interventions to support Blacks learning more about computing. The symposium will take place in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, February 1st, 2024. Technology is really critical for the country as it relates to security of the country. There's also a lot of jobs that are open and available for students, very high-paying, lucrative jobs in the tech space. The center supports our software engineering program, which is the first and only software engineering degree program at HBCU, as well as computer science students, as well as students that want to learn more about computing and take computing classes. The center is really critical into making sure that Morehouse has a footprint in the nation as it relates to supporting these efforts across the country and supporting the education of Black students in their computing journey. Currently, Morehouse College is the home of the Institute for African American Mentorship in Computer Science, which is a grant that's multi-million-dollar investment for the National Science Foundation to support the mentorship of African American students across the country, specifically on training students to prepare for graduate school education in computing and computing fields. So this Giving Tuesday, your support will help support students as it relates to student travel. It will help support teaching assistants to help train students. It will help them support researchers to work with students to help them with research projects. It will help support faculty and faculty development opportunities, as well as general staff needs to support the overall growth of the center.
Welcome back. I have the proud honor of introducing my man, Morehouse College alumnus and board member emeritus, David Moody Jr., class of 78. David is the president and CEO of C.D. Moody Construction Company, Incorporated, one of the most successful African-American construction companies in the South. The business is responsible for helping to build several iconic landmarks in the area, including Olympic Stadium, former Turner Baseball Field, and Phillips Arena. Moody's Foundation, also C.D. Moody Foundation, also provides financial assistance for students with a passion for construction and entrepreneurship. To date, the foundation has awarded more than 80 individual scholarships. And now let's go to Trustee Emeritus Moody for a special announcement. Dave, you there?
I'm here, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, it's good to see you, good brother of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. How you doing, man?
Root.
Root to the bros. So I'm going to give you the floor, man. What you got for us?
My wife and I have been thinking and talking about some things, and our class just had our 45th anniversary this past May from Morehouse. And my freshman roommate, one of my dear friend and frat brother, he passed away 6 weeks after our reunion. And then a month ago, another classmate passed away. And so I decided that my wife and I decided we would endow a scholarship in the class of 1978 for $50,000 so that our class would always have a place to give money to Morehouse. And then my wife and I talked about it, and we decided to endow a scholarship also in our son's name for $50,000, a class of 2007, because we want him to have a base set up that as he goes through his professional career, that he already has a place to donate money and build up an incredible endowed scholarship over his lifetime. So we're going to endow 2 scholarships for $100,000 total, and one for the class of 1978, and then one for our son, Charles D. Moody III, class of 2007.
That is outstanding, Dave. We appreciate it. 2 of our guys just walked out here, Mr. Shaw and Brother Mike Cade just came out with that big check for the $100,000. So your money is in hand, David, in very good hands, if I should say so myself. So we're going to pass the microphone over so that they can share some words.
Thank you
so much, Trustee Moody, for your gift towards scholarships.
Morehouse has been producing men of consequence since 1867, and with your help, we can continue on that mission. And if you haven't given yet, it's not too late to give to Morehouse College. Thank you.
Thanks again, David. And man, we wish you were here, brother, because you are always a diamond amongst us, man, when you're here and the life of the party. So give your wife our best. Papa.
I sure will. You know, and listen, you said it right, because you called me a diamond in the rough. You left the rough out. When I came to Morehouse, I was the diamond in the rough.
No doubt. Well, we appreciate it, man. And you know that money is going to go to some very deserving young men.
We're very thankful and blessed. And, somebody, I came to Morehouse on a football scholarship, and I didn't know who put that money in. And I always said over my lifetime, and we've been giving to Morehouse for a number of years, but I just always said I want to be a great citizen of the world. And creating scholarships for Morehouse and creating men who will lead this world someday, to me, I just feel I'm doing my little bit just to help others. And for those who are out there, it doesn't matter how big the gift is, just give something, because I'm telling you, these men of Morehouse, we changed lives, and this young group that's coming up and who'll be coming for years behind us, they're going to change lives, they're going to change the world and make it a better place. So open up your wallet and give something tonight, folks.
Outstanding. That is a wonderful message and a wonderful challenge and wonderful charge. So, I've had the pleasure of serving as the National Alumni President, to sit on the Board of Trustees and to sit down and pick the brain of a David Moody, who is really a salt of the earth type of guy. He's somebody that you can talk to that, the old saying, keeps it real, right? Keeps it real to the point where you're like, man, that's not, when people, have this image of that Morehouse man and that Morehouse mystique, we are interchangeable in many different settings. So, as the guy that's sitting to my right here, his story is a very interesting one about how he came to Morehouse, and his name is Michael Levesque, and he is our executive director for the National Alumni Association, and he's been in that seat for the last 6 years, and he's been an integral part of how we have I'll even say it, mend the relationship between alums and the college as far as building that runway of trust, because it's always, you know, one of the challenges we have, John, that you know, is where's my money going? Yeah. And the biggest thing we have to do is build that runway of trust. So, Mike, you know, speaking to, you know, really kind of keeping it real and what we look like as Morehouse men, we don't look like one thing.
No, not at all. And I just, again, want to thank Moody for, you know, not only this contribution, but to your point, being the kind of individual that he is. He's active, he's visible, he's present, and it was, you know, that kind of leadership from another Omega man in Detroit that introduced me to Morehouse and was solely responsible for me not only getting here, but helping me matriculate. And so the example that I follow is that of Bill McGill, and it's really centered around that kind of presence. And to the point that you made about mending the relationship, when I've been an active alum since I was a student, right? So, Mr. Bell, this is training for you.
Taking it in.
Right, and in that, Bill McGill's clear example was that if the Alumni Association is going to support you, you're going to reciprocate. Right, and so when we were home for summers or holiday breaks, we were participating in fundraising. We were participating in the Lou Rawls Telethon, which outdates, you know, all of you all. And we were home for the summer. We were, you know, had summer jobs out in the community, and so it was this hands-on kind of approach to supporting students as they matriculated. And it wasn't just about writing the check, right? It was this all hands on deck kind of approach. And so when it comes to alum and what we do on a day-to-day basis with the college, I think too much was being made about the tension, right? And so it wasn't simple, but it was clear that we just had to open up the lines of communication, and it was leadership by example and leadership around alignment, and it was leadership around communication. And that's really been what we've tried to follow.
Yep. And, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my predecessor, Marlon Cousin, who sat in the seat before me and helped kind of get me where I'm at to help us understand what succession planning and what that looks like. You know, Mike kind of alluded to a story that kind of got him here, and we were kind of talking before, John, and we'll come to you. But John, tell us kind of your story. What brought you to Morehouse?
Well, brothers, I had a very interesting story. Come from a very poor background. Didn't have much, but what I did have was like family and faith and a great support system that pushed me to be all that I could be. And when I got to Morehouse, it was just like a immediate embrace and an ignite of fire within me to, you know, really force in my mind that I could achieve it and it wasn't out of my reach. And that came from individuals like you all and Trustee Moody. When I served as the junior board trustee, he was one of the very integral reasons of why I was able to get out of Morehouse, because he was on me to make sure that, you know, to remind me that I had a job to do, which was to complete. And although I was a student leader, you know, you still have to focus on the main reason of why you came to this sacred hall, this sacred ground. So that's like a little snippet of John Williams' story.
No doubt. Calvin?
And I would say that it's certainly mentorship that has pushed me to the level that I've gotten to now. And I truly embrace that, being a student of Morehouse. And I think that men of Morehouse are setting the precedent for Morehouse, especially those who are truly looking forward to continuing their career and doing great things once they leave here.
Yep. So as you see here, we're all kind of, you know, got our own path. And with that, we're going to take a path now and check out some more videos.
Hi, my name is Cher Gibbs. I am Dean of the Division of Business and Economics at Morehouse College.
Hi, my name is Tyler Green. I'm a senior sociology major, entrepreneurship and innovation minor from East Orange, New Jersey here at Morehouse College.
Well, I believe that business is one of the top majors at Morehouse College because students can see a clear path to their future careers and success based upon the history of what our alumni have done upon their graduation, both in business and economics. We have about 800 students in the division, which represents about 30 to 40% of the college population. Our majors include concentrations such as accounting, marketing, finance, and management. In addition to that, we've had extremely successful alumni such as Justin Bayless, who is a successful entrepreneur in the healthcare industry, Keith Burks, Rashawn Williams, Maurice Haywood, all in finance and investment banking, and other alums who've done amazing work in real estate like James Daugherty and Craig Huffman. There's so many successes, and even recently, one of our marketing majors, Mr. Alexander Taylor, was named a global UN ambassador for their program for 1 million social enterprises across the world, and he's currently in Africa working on programs to help advance social entrepreneurship in those countries. So we are proud to be an AACSB accredited business school. We are amongst the top 5% of business schools in the country to be able to have this distinguished award. And it's a very difficult accreditation to get. It requires that faculty have certain levels of research productivity and teaching innovation. It requires us to show the academic achievements and accomplishments of our students. And I believe that amongst HBCUs, we are one of the few who are honored with such recognition.
I actually had the privilege of taking a course with Professor Lavanya Jones. It was actually the first, I'll restart.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah. I actually had the privilege of taking a course with Professor Lavanya Jones in the fall semester of my junior year, which was focused on Black entrepreneurship mindset. And originally, I didn't think that anything could be taught in school as it pertains to entrepreneurship because it seems like the two are often at conflict. However, it was through that course that I noticed not only a refinement in how to approach entrepreneurial issues, but generally problem solving. And so it was through not only that course, but the follow-on course, which was Innovation and Design Thinking, as well as Entrepreneurial Finance. I was able to really sharpen some of the skills that I'd been putting into practice in my own entrepreneurial endeavors in the past, but which actually catapulted me to the point where I am today.
As I speak about the needs that are critical in the division, I also want to just reiterate some points of pride for our programs. In economics, for example, 100% placement rate. Students across the division average $82,000 a year upon graduation. And it's just an amazing opportunity that I feel the faculty in the division are able to provide students, and those who have partnered with our division allow great engagement experiences for students. Companies from all over the world come to recruit. And having said that, in order to continue facilitating those types of opportunities for students, our most critical need at this time is faculty. The demand is so great for business and economics that we have more students who want to major in the area than we're able to hire faculty fast enough. So it would be great if our alums, our donors, stakeholders would contribute to helping to build our faculty ranks. In addition to that, we have a few really innovative initiatives that need support, including the Social Enterprise and Innovation Student Business Incubator, for which Tyler is going to be a participant of that program. In addition, we have a startup competition coming up in the spring semester where students across the entrepreneurial ecosystem amongst HBCUs and regional PWIs will compete for up to $15,000 in prizes. We need support to put on that event. And finally, we want to hold a Summer Accounting and Finance Institute where we can emphasize critically needed skills for students prior to starting their careers, such as data analytics, AI in the workplace, and investment essentials. So we're excited to offer those things, and we need your support so that students can be fully prepared to start their careers. The Business and Economics Division is currently at an inflection point. We have a bold and an ambitious vision to be ranked in the top 100 schools in the country. We can't do that without your support, and I believe that our vision is achievable, but we need your engagement, and we look forward to working with you.
My name is Miles Drew. I'm a senior business administration major with a concentration in finance from Modesto, California, and I attend Morehouse College. One of the reasons I majored in business was primarily to help my father run his company. Once I got here, I realized all the opportunities that were presented to me, primarily in the industry of finance. I realized there were different avenues in which I could pursue. It could be going to investment banking, going into real estate, or anything of that nature. And I realized that the platform it wasn't comparable to anything else that I've experienced in life. From the lessons, from just in the classroom, you learn about everything in the financial industry, all the financial concepts, but primarily they teach you how to maintain your identity and really just to develop your identity overall. As of right now, I do not have any job prospects. I'm open and I'm still looking. Haven't had anything solidified, but experience that I was able to attain was to have an internship in New York for a company named Shakeman Capital. It was an asset management company, and the experience was wonderful. I got a chance to learn about the industry, learn from professionals, learn from their experiences, and overall, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't take it back because it was able to give me a real-world experience that I would never have gotten by being at Morehouse. I believe people should contribute to the Morehouse College and its business division because it's an investment into the future of young black men who are hungry, they have drive, and all they need is the platform and the opportunity to get there. There's a lot of individuals in our community who don't really know of the opportunities that are available to them, and that's primarily just due to resources that they just don't have the opportunity to grab or to just maintain or to attain. And with an investment into the Morehouse College and its business division, it will be able to give young black men that platform to put them where they need to be and to perform, because everybody here just needs a chance to perform.
Welcome back to our call center, the heartbeat of our broadcast tonight. We have students that are on the calls, and people are answering those calls and making donations. We'll hear more about our totals shortly. This is my colleague, Keisha Tant, and she is responsible for getting all these student callers on the phone. Keisha, talk to me about your scholars.
Thank you. We have around a dozen scholars calling this evening. We are so happy to have our student engagement callers calling as well. And I just want to say thank you to all of our students that showed up this evening, came out, and just sat on the phones for hours helping us raise funds this evening. And if you get a strange number calling this evening, please answer. We'll be calling till 9 p.m. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you.
And our students don't only call on Giving Tuesday. You'll hear from them throughout the year. So if you see that Morehouse number, please pick it up. So there are other funds that you can support tonight, and we have two of the representatives of the departments of those funds. Associate Vice President Brock Mayers, who's going to talk to you about our student services.
Thank you, APP Dodd. Giving Tuesday is a great opportunity for our friends of the college and our alums to give back a portion of what the college is giving to us. It's actually very special on the Giving Tuesday for me, because I celebrate my 25th reunion in May. So I would like to put out a special challenge to the class of 99 to give until your palms sweat, like President Thomas said earlier. Specifically, I think it's great to support any fund, but I hope that you will consider giving to the Student Emergency Aid Fund. That is monies that goes directly into the hands of students when certain emergent things happen during the course of the academic year, whether that be issues with paying rent or needing groceries or taking emergency trips home. In addition to that, we have the Henry Stewart Endowment Scholarship Fund supporting our Class 99 on a classmate who passed a couple of years ago. But whatever you decide, just choose to support the college today.
Right. I also have with me Coach Dumas is going to talk about why it's important to support athletics. We love athletics here at Morehouse. It's really part of the core of our college.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction. Again, I would say this is a great day. It's a Giving Tuesday, and I say as an associate head coach of cross country and track and field, athletics under new leadership of our AD, AD Ellis, we're moving things forward. I would say, although academics is what we stand for, but athletics is what we stand for as well. And we have some great student athletes. Just remember, student athletes carry the name of Morehouse College on their back every day. There's not a time that they don't carry our name on their back. If they see them on the field, they see them on the court, they see them on the track, they see them on the tennis court, they have Morehouse. They don't even know their names. It's Morehouse first. So always remember, give to the athletic program just like any other program, and you'll see that we will show how proud we are to be a part of this institution, and you should do the same, okay? Thank you so much, and we give...
And cross country.
Okay, he's going to make me say this. Okay, cross country, Morehouse has won its 26th conference championship this year. So all I can say, I'm just going to say under our leadership, Coach Willie Hill, I mean, it's a fantastic program. And it's about what we do at Morehouse. We're great in all things that we do. It's a holistic giving, okay? Understand, we deal with our mind, our body, and our spirit here at Morehouse. So please give to all of any charity program that you want to give to, but consider athletics as well. Thank you.
And the Vice President, Henry Goodgame, is back with a special challenge to our alums.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you so much. Just wanted to take this opportunity. It's reunion time. It's also reunion year for those 4s and 9s. If you're in reunion, we expect for you to show up and show out. You can start tonight with your gift through Giving Tuesday. I also want to make sure that all our fraternity brothers, want to make sure that, we have a Morehouse brotherhood that is the ultimate brotherhood. But beyond that, if you're a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, Iota, you should make this opportunity to give today. We want to see who's going to win the rivalry between classes. We know the class of '84, my class, the very best class in all of Morehouse history. But of course, we all say that. We expect for you to show up and show out. So please, all the fraternities, Alphas, expect y'all to show out tonight, as well as the class of '84 and all of our classes. It doesn't matter what you give to. Any gift, every gift matters. It all counts. Make your voice count by giving today. It's Giving Tuesday, everyone. It's Giving Tuesday. Thank you.
Ari and Jeremiah, how are we on our totals?
All right, we're back again with some more totals. Ari, let's run them off real quick.
How you doing? Okay, we're back. I don't want to butcher this, but Dainsa Harris with another 1K donation. Joel Laster II with another 1K donation. Wesley Thomas with another 1K donation, and Christopher Hill with another 1K donation, as well as Frederick and Barbara Middlebrooks with a 3K donation.
We also have a few more 1K donations from Charles L. Alexander, Dwayne Densler, Joseph Cawthon, and Sydney Harris gave 1.2K. Brian Barron gave 1.5K. Again, every gift matters. I just got my first donation on call today. Shout out to Mr. Christopher. I freaking love you, man. You're my dog, all right? But look, there's more people like that on these calls. If you see a strange number, please pick up. Okay, I'm here all night. He's here all night. Let's make this a great Giving Tuesday, guys.
It's not too late. There are less than 4 hours left in Giving Tuesday, so make your gift today. Text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. Back to you.
Morehouse prides itself on producing outspoken leaders who have a worldview and a command of the liberal arts. Morehouse men are well-spoken, well-traveled, well-dressed, well-read, and well-balanced. And our work is well-written. In the tradition of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Howard Thurman, and Otis Moss, we host a contest named after Otis Moss to showcase the oratory skills of our students. One of our top winners will present excerpts from the speech that he prepared. If you haven't made a gift today, contribute now. Let's show the world that Morehouse is a community that supports its own and invests generously in the education and immense potential of future generations of Morehouse men. Donations of every size can make a significant impact on the lives of deserving students who need your help to achieve their academic and career dreams. You can give online at give2.morehouse.edu, or you can text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. And we also have an additional talent. Could you please tell me about that, Brother Edwards?
So Mike, we have one of our young men, Charles Cherry III. David Moody, trustee emeritus, mentioned that his classmate and line brother tragically passed away this summer, and they were celebrating their 45th reunion this summer. I got a chance to meet CT2. I affectionately call his son CC3, but CC2 was a fantastic guy, big heart, big personality.
Yeah, no, the Cherry family is a Morehouse family, and one of the special things that you and I get to do in the Alumni Association is all of the work that's student-facing. And while we are in a position to help so many of our young men grow in so many different ways, they help us grow. And Charles Cherry III is one of those special human beings. I mean, just for 2 years straight, this guy just shows up. He has interest, integrity, and one of the brightest smiles that is on this campus. I mean, I don't know what I could say about this guy that he's so special, and so I'm all giddy because we know that he's talented, but we haven't had a chance to hear him live before, right?
You have not.
Oh, okay.
He popped in, and every time, and I'm a former trumpet player.
I didn't know that.
I used to grind that axe back in the day.
Hidden talent.
And yep. Used to grind that axe back in the day. Don't even think about doing it now. But yeah, Charles Cherry III, CC3, popped in and had his axe with him. And every time he has it, I say, hey, man, what you gonna do? And he actually hit a tune for us in the office.
Okay.
We did a little Facebook Live on it, but he has one of the tightest naturals I've ever seen.
That's for sure.
Probably since I garnished one many moons ago.
All right, so I'm going to match you on that.
Yeah, that's a boy. That's a boy. So
and I'm going to keep my hair.
There you go. The locks and steps. That's right. So, but yeah, CC3 is a talented young man. And the village of Morehouse College has been here to surround that young man during his time of need. And that is really what this is about, too.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So I think it's time that we hear it. All right, guys, so we're going to head now to our beautiful talent we're going to head now to the talent as they perform with a monologue and a trumpet solo.
Greetings and happy Giving Tuesday. Have you ever wake up in the morning when you were a kid and your mom is there and they're like, wake up, or someone is there and they're like, wake up? So I'm going to say wake up twice, and I need you all to say why. Can you do that for me? Wake up, wake up. That's good. Wake up, wake up. Success is calling. Wake up, wake up. Hard times are calling too. Wake up, wake up. Your best is calling. Wake up, wake up. God is calling you, you too, all of you. Now, I know I can go on and on, but I'm stalling you. So listen and take notes, and at the end of this, follow through. You see, the enemy knows that if you ever get an idea of who you really are and God's purpose, he will never be able to contain you again. Now, wake up. Wake up. This is a mandate to elevate. I have to adjust your focus so your vision won't be blurry. For patience is the key, and the key is not turning. For we have to understand that in order to elevate, first we must stop ourselves and separate. Now, wake up. Wake up. 400 years of our blood, sweat, and tears, and we are free, and the only thing against us is we. Now, mentally, trapped in captivity, the only thing that's killing me is that we won't wake up. Wake up. I get it. I'm free, and the only thing against me is me. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jason Keene. I am the Associate Vice President here at Morehouse College of Development, and I'm also a proud member of the class of 2003.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Lambry Jr., a freshman political science major on the pre-law track.
Good evening. My name is Donovan Dixon, freshman computer science major from Severn, Maryland.
And we're here today to announce a very exciting gift. So we just want to say thank you to my classmate and fellow alum, Ashley Stewart, for his generous gift of $250,000 towards scholarships to support the rising men of Morehouse. This is amazing. This is amazing. So we appreciate Ashley and his lovely wife for setting this example. And so we encourage you all to continue to give and continue to give until your palms sweat.
Yes, and on behalf of the student body here at Morehouse College, we would like to thank you so much for your very generous donation.
Thank you, everyone, for all of your gifts today.
Thank you.
Morehouse College, why don't you?
My name is Lawrence Edward Carter, Sr. I am the founding dean of the Martin Luther King Jr. International Chapel at Morehouse College, where I also serve as professor of philosophy and religion. I came to Morehouse in 1979. That means I've been here 44 years. It is a pleasure, a profound honor to work at Morehouse, especially with your name being juxtaposed to Martin Luther King Jr.'s, as long as my name has enjoyed that. 3 years at Boston University before coming to Atlanta, where I was the executive director of the Martin Luther King Jr. African American Cultural Center, and then the 44 here. When you are the first, you get to play Adam, and you can name things. And so the first name that I altered was of the chapel. From memorial, I persuaded the trustees to make it international. My thinking was that in Dr. King's last book, and the last chapter of that book, he gives us a global vision for the future. And he titled that chapter, The World House. So I think that it's very important that everyone understand that the programming here is planetary. It's global. But today, we don't encourage students to be global citizens. Because of the problem of global warming, we encourage them to be cosmic citizens. They must enlarge their address in order to feel the weight of the responsibility and the obligation of solving the problem of global warming. When you consider what's going on in the world today and how divided we are, we have a new or slightly modified emphasis. The theme we've been using for our program for the last 2 years is saving democracy while thriving in the wake of cosmic trauma. And now with the wars that we have, the threat on democracy, and all of the tension and the loudness and the violence, we think it's important to help students build skills for dignified conversation. We've got to learn how to listen to each other all over again. There's so many opinions with all of our diversity and difference, all of the value pluralism, that it's very important to have an institution like Martin King's most prominent religious memorial, fully active in teaching people how not just to take sides with an ethnicity, a race, a nation, a particular religion, how we must learn to elevate everybody's humanity as the common ground. Let me say a word about programs and needs. First, I want to say that this most prominent religious memorial on the planet honoring Dr. King has never been completed. Dr. Gloucester said, raising the $5 million in 1978 to erect this structure, our current edifice, he says it took 3 years off his life. But fundraising also is challenging because donors are not just interested in building buildings for administration, but with a larger footprint, they want the construction to serve the entire institution, in this instance, the college. And beyond that, the surrounding community. The chapel is not a museum for battles no longer being fought. It is a very active, dynamic space for living in the 21st century.
The Morehouse Human Rights Film Festival is a compilation of films from around the globe that tackle some of the toughest concepts and shed light on humanitarian efforts and successes.
I am the executive director for the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival. I started this journey about 6 years ago. So what I had at my disposal was absolutely nothing. I grew up in rural North Carolina. My mother signed me up for a book club. And every month I would look forward to that box of books that would come to the house. When I first went to the movies, I was like, wow, this is great. This is something different. This is making everything that I've read in the books come to life. This is where it's at. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, go to the movies. I wonder if there's a human rights film festival. I knew about other film festivals, but I wonder if there's just a human rights film festival. There was so much going on in the world. At the top of 2019, I finally got an audience with our new president at the time, Dr. David Thomas. And so I pitched him the idea of a human rights film festival. And he said, well, what are you waiting for?
Led by two intrepid women, Cara Walker and Jen Sapp, this emerging film festival aims to bring people together through their love of film and human rights activism.
The Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival fulfills a very specific role in the city of Atlanta. We're a film festival that supports not only independent filmmakers, but filmmakers who are making films specifically about human rights and social justice.
This is where discourse happens that is meant to illuminate and to educate and to shift perspectives and open the mind to opportunities that may not exist unless you are on a college campus and because it's Morehouse.
The potential outreach that the film festival has through the films that we receive is incredible. We receive films from all over the globe, and with that comes people who travel here to Atlanta. And when they come to Atlanta, they're having conversations with people who are a part of not only the Atlanta film community, but who live and work and play in Atlanta.
The Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival hosts a plethora of different types of panels and workshops for attendees to participate in. Some of the people who have participated in the Human Rights Film Festival include Spike Lee, who is a Morehouse alum, Omari Hardwick, Nate Parker. They come and they bring their whole selves to the festival. They are ready to network with our faculty and speak to the students and any of the filmmakers who are present, because the Human Rights Film Festival has such a heart-centered mission. The panelists show up with that same approach and personality, and they are just welcome to share stories.
Bringing producers in that are behind some of the big shows on television, it allows for them to become real people and not just names and a credit. I feel like it's important to bring them to Morehouse also so that they can stay connected to the community.
The goal of the Morehouse Human Rights Film Festival is to educate and expand awareness of social justice issues, both nationally and globally, to generate conversation and dialogue around civil and human rights, and to inspire innovative and creative new approaches to social change.
The moving image is a powerful tool because not only can it entertain, but it also has the ability to educate and the power to change hearts and minds. What we're looking for are projects that meet at the intersection of art and activism.
It makes me feel very, very connected to Atlanta, connected to here, this campus here, this historical campus. Martin Luther King went to this school. He was about civil rights and setting people free. And then this film, the theme of these documentaries about really helping people to be set free.
Very critical topics being explored here with some bright young talent. Always like to see how bright young talent is portraying things.
What I found too is that human rights topics are they're not the sexy topics. And human rights filmmakers don't often get an opportunity to showcase their work to large audiences. They don't often make it to Hollywood. They don't often make it to distribution.
The most important thing is that conversations are being had, connections are being made, and people who ordinarily wouldn't meet one another are meeting one another. And they're learning from each other, and they're able to take the experience that they had at our festival and take it back home with them to work and develop friendships. And it's such a beautiful thing that our film festival has created a space that's safe, diverse, and inclusive.
The filmmakers who are a part of the festival have become my life. The patrons who are a part of the festival have become a big part of my life. And I'm going to stick with this until this festival is, the best human rights film festival in the world, and that many people know about it, that it's something that will be a lasting legacy, not only for Morehouse, but for Atlanta.
As we near the end, it is so important for me to recognize one of my favorite hobbies: singing music, listening to music, being around music. Music is a vibe. It's something that can keep us going. It's something that allows us to find unity in one another, love, hope. And so as we near the end today, it's important to recognize that music is at the forefront, and that's what's going to close us out. And so I have the pleasure of introducing 3 a.m. He says that it's a musical vibe, something that allows him to not only listen to music, but also bring it to others as a way of community service. And I think that's vital and important. So put your hands together for 3 a.m.
Y'all ready? How y'all doing? I appreciate it. I appreciate everything, man. I just write my feelings out, and typically, it helps me come out. It helps me become a better person. Music is the reason why I'm still here today. It helps me with my depression and my pain, and so hopefully, I can feel it too. My pain, it helped me grow. Accepted that my life will never be the same. Why nowadays you gotta mention another name for fame? I'm the one to bring talent back to the game. Have you felt this way before? Scraping up all these dollars from this change. Ask about me, man, I be the one that stay the same. A real man, the only thing that I can remain. They say when you wear all your revenue, that's when you a better you. Nah, that's what y'all can do. I'm trying to multiply my revenue times 82. Look, hit the scene. She been messing with me since my money was green. Cotton candy complexion, all blue honeys with pink strips, hiding all in between. Now can we just go? Now can we just roll? Now can we just vibe? Let's hit the studio. Let me show you how I get in the booth and take control. I don't walk on none of my beats, I just flow. People been moving wild, so I've been holding my clothes. Know me, look me up in my ties, and she call me Tito's. Never have to, so I'ma turn up and do the most. Now I'm on to the next, we switch the city and the ghost. My pain, it helped me grow. Accepted that my life will never be the same. Why nowadays you gotta mention another name for fame? I'm no one to bring talent back to the game. Have you felt this way before? Scraping up all these dollars from this change. Ask about me, man, I be the one that stay the same. A real man, the only thing can remain. Vibe, now can we just ride? Can we go back to BR and run through the 3 and 5? They know I'm entertaining, so my life they watch on live. They ask how you stay on our team even without your guys, cause I was born by myself. And that's the same way I'ma die. I keep asking the Lord, that's my blood brother, so why? Wanna cry, can't deny. Got a permanent tear stuck in the side, up in my eye. It won't leave my retina, I don't know why. Still, I was just born not to cry. Sometimes I be wanting to, when I be wanting you, right here beside me. But you can't be right here with me. And that's some things I can't believe. It's kinda hard for me to grieve. My pain, it helped me grow. Accepted that my life will never be the same. Why nowadays you gotta mention another name for fame? I'm the one to bring talent back to the game. Have you felt this way before? Scraping up all these dollars from this change. Ask about me, man, I be the one that stay the same. A real man, the only thing that I can remain. Thank y'all everyone.
Hello, my name is Kendrick Brown, and I am the Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs here at Morehouse College. And I have a PhD in social psychology, and been teaching for over 25 years here. And also have been working at other institutions, but none of them compare to being at Morehouse. I am very happy to talk about the March program. So that is Morehouse Advocacy Reaching Capitol Hill. And we had our March program because it takes advantage of the legacy that Morehouse has. We have produced so many amazing graduates who have engaged in public service and also public policy advocacy. And so the March program is intended to offer an opportunity to men of Morehouse to follow in those footsteps and to create a pipeline between being able to advocate for what they care about, policies and legislation they care about, and ensure that communities have a voice and have legislation that can benefit them. So the students really research what they're looking into and then connect directly with lawmakers and with folks in government to make sure they hear a voice about what is important to affect positively the lives of folks in the community. When we were in DC for the March Ambassadors program, we were very fortunate. We were able to meet with folks in the Office of Public Engagement in the White House. We also went to the Department of Justice and had conversation about criminal justice reform, in particular prison reform. We also were able to meet with folks at the Brookings Institution, where the ambassadors shared their work and got critical feedback that helped them to connect with legislators. We were able to also have a conversation with Senator Raphael Warnock, of course, Morehouse man, and we were able to also connect with Senator John Ossoff. Also had conversations with U.S. Representative Sanford Bishop, who is also a Morehouse man, and a number of other folks along the way. So it was just absolutely incredible, wonderful opportunity for the ambassadors, our students, to be able to advocate and really show what men of Morehouse can do. The March Ambassadors program, to me, is the ultimate expression of our commitment of being a liberal arts institution. We do not just take political science students, we take students from all across the college who are passionate about legislation. We have students who are in biology, we have students who are pre-law, we have students who were in sociology, and a number of different areas. And what's incredible is they get a chance to really tap into the legacy that Morehouse has with social justice, to really think about what's needed and beneficial to the community, and to put into action their beliefs and their commitments. So in that respect, it is the ultimate expression of the education that we offer here, and a fusion of our mission with our students' passion. What I'm imagining for the Morehouse Advocacy Reaching Capitol Hill program, I am imagining that we will have support so that we can offer this program in perpetuity, so that students will be able to travel to DC, will be able to meet with legislators and also folks in federal government. But more importantly, the vision we have for this is that it will be a class that offers credit. It will also be an opportunity for students to have the beginning of the work that leads them into internships and also into careers in advocacy and in the federal government and also state government too. So this is the March program is just getting started, and if we have the support of many folks in our community who really care about social justice and care about advocacy, I think we can go really far and build something extremely special. The investing in the March Ambassadors program is a really important thing and a good bet, because you will be contributing to the voice that men of Morehouse can have in advancing legislation and advancing positions that they care about. You'll be enabling our students to be able to connect and to feel that empowered to be able to talk to those who want to hear from them and who really will appreciate hearing their stories, valuing their intellect, and really getting a sense of what they can do. So in that respect, it contributes to the development of our Morehouse men. It also produces the kind of work and mission that, of course, we're known for here at Morehouse.
We're back here at the Student Call Center. Thank you, everyone, for picking up those phones and making a gift to Morehouse College. So we help students to lead and serve with distinction. We have some of those students here. Rhonda, tell me about some of our volunteers that we have here tonight.
Well, thank you. I'd love to. I would like to introduce two of our scholarship recipients at Morehouse College this year. And tell us what scholarship you received and your Morehouse introduction.
Hello, everyone. I am TK Thomas. I'm a sophomore business major with a concentration in management with a double minor in political science and sociology on the pre-law track from Flint, Michigan. And the scholarship I received from the illustrious #1 HBCU for Black Male Excellence, Morehouse College, which is the Morgan Stanley Student Success Scholarship.
Thank you, TK. Great introduction there. Jason, please tell us who you are and what scholarship you have received from Morehouse.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Faulkner, and I am a sophomore biology major with a minor in public health science from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the scholarship that I received from this marvelous institution was the Eugene McGowan Jr. Endowed Scholarship. Thank you.
Thank you. So please continue to give to our students here at Morehouse College, and I will turn it back over to Eileen.
Thank you. Every dollar you gives promotes teaching and learning here at Morehouse College. And now we'll have some parting words from the Vice President of Institutional Advancement, Hodin Hassan.
Thank you, Elaine. We are coming to the conclusion of this portion, even though Giving Tuesday continues until midnight and probably even later in the West Coast alumni and friends. I wanted to take this opportunity and actually thank everyone who made this possible. When community come together, amazing things like this happen. We had our students, our faculty, our administrators, everyone coming together, our partners, Alumni Association team, and our communications team. Everyone came together tonight to make it possible, this amazing excitement on Giving Tuesday. And it's a true testimony of philanthropy. It's a love of expression of love. Thank you, thank you. I want to also thank all our alumni, friends, partners, parents, everyone who contributed today, whatever amount you did, thank you. And at last but not at the end, I wanted to thank our team, OIA, who really worked tirelessly to make this happen under the leadership of Aline Dodd, who is our communication and marketing and annual giving, John and Keisha, and everyone here, gift processing, stewardship, the entire team came together, our fundraiser, securing the right gifts we needed. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'll pass it to Aline.
And thank you for continuing to give. Jeremiah and Ari, can you update us on who's giving tonight?
Look, guys, we back. Look, we got a few more. We got to make it quick. Hey, let's read them all.
All right. We're going to go through this quick. It's your favorite duo. Okay. We got Iverson Walrund with a 1.5K donation, Joe Grimson with a 2K donation, Eric Saxon with a 2.5K donation. Then we got Bruce Paff with a 1K donation, Charles Ingram with another 1K donation, John Tavius Williams with a 10K pledge, and Ashley Stewart with a 250K pledge. Come on. Hold on.
I think I can get through a little faster. We got Fred B. Rendrick Estate with a 50K donation. Hey. William Savin with a 20K donation. Bank of America, the very building that we're standing here right now, 75K donation. Errol Parker with a 10K donation. Davon Snipes with a $1,200 and $500 donation. And Sean Hudson with the 75K donation as well. We also would like to highlight some of our on-call donations. There's an 1867 from David Brewer. He was on call with me. Shout out to you, David Brewer. Okay. And we also have Taberdick Reed. He donated $20. He was on call with my friend Alex over here. Thank you so much for your donations. Look, every donation that we read off here matters. Every single one matters. All right? Thank you for donating. Continue to donate.
All right, so this is a charge to all the alumni. You've heard it here first of all the hard work that's going on. Dig in your pockets, dig deep, and give back. This is a special charge for the young alumni. Let's show them who we are. We're Morehouse. We are the #1, and we are at the top. Let's keep this ball rolling and bringing all that money in. See you soon.
It's not too late to give. Giving stops at up to 11:59. So text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. Thank you for giving. Woo!
You forfeited your spot. Calvin, so we're here. Why don't you take us out?
Thank you for joining us for a successful evening. While our time is wrapping up here, you still have a few hours to invest in the Morehouse mission and make a difference in the education of a Morehouse scholar. Remember, if you give $25 or more today, you will be entered into a drawing to win some incredible prizes. Our prizes include the grand prize, a limited edition photo of new student orientation by house photographer David Collins. Second prize, a Morehouse athletic gear bundle. And the third prize, a Morehouse swag bundle. Our goal today is to have 2,500 supporters by 11:59 p.m. So join the movement. You can give online at give2.morehouse.edu. Or you can text Morehouse to 855-929-0389. Your support is not only an investment in our institution, but also an opportunity to be a part of a transformative movement in education and community empowerment. Show your support now. Give to Morehouse College.
Well,
John? We done got to the end, brother.
We at the end, man.
Yes,
so
sir.
I want to personally say mass shout outs to everybody on the production team.
Yeah.
You guys were fantastic. Thank you so much. The partnership with you guys has been phenomenal. Thank you for taking these novice co-hosts up here and making us look like we could almost do this somewhere. John Tavius, brother, you've been jumping around wearing hats outside, inside. Thank you so much for all you've done today. Calvin, thank you, brother. And, Godspeed to you. You know, we're here for you, man.
Yes, sir.
And as you guys know, much is given, much is expected. So to my brothers on the West Coast, hey, man, watch the replay and get motivated, man. Here we go. So, hey, remember, give to Morehouse. Give it
Yes, sir.
Tuesday. We love you. Peace.
Peace out, y'all. Give to Morehouse.
Give.